Hello and welcome. Right, we are live probably for the first time ever on a Tuesday afternoon at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I think this is going to be a disaster by itself because I'm left to my own devices because everybody else is going to be at work. But we are building up this. Now it's simpler said than done because this actually was a complete thing. It got put into storage, and of course, well, it's all falling apart, hasn't it? So we've got some bits and pieces to take a look at. Loads of pieces have fallen in onto the inside. It does need a very good clean. I have managed to get some of the trees and different bits and pieces up like that. So I'm going to have a very chilled live stream picking up these bits and pieces. And if you are watching this on the replay and thinking, why the hell did I go live when everybody was at work? Well, it's because I'm stupid. And I will be going live again at 8 o'clock this evening as normal, doing all the bits and pieces for the Lego Ideas stuff. But I thought, well, I want to get this repaired and built to see if it works, because this then might have a knock-on effect to a potential Eiffel Tower and all of that kind of thing as well, which I actually have been thinking of where to place that fully built. It would actually fit, and I will get the tape measure out, from the floor to the ceiling directly behind me, which there's potential. So we will be looking at all of those different bits and pieces, and it hasn't started well because I've forgotten to turn the light on as well. So I need to see what it is I am doing. There we go. So I need to get the instructions up on the Lego website. We can tuck into all of these bits and bobs. If this goes as far as it will go, I'll then be repairing the AT-AT's ear as well. So that's why I'm going on earlier, because I've got quite a bit to repair. Because if you've noticed, lots and lots of changes happened in the backdrop from the weekend live streams that we've been doing, where you guys are helping me design a display, but the problem is everything has been moved on top of itself and it gets knocked and smashed up. So we will be repairing some different bits and bobs as we go. There is a poll running as per normal, so feel free to get in the poll if you are watching this, and obviously you're watching this on the replay. What Lego theme has the best end result? You've got a choice of Star Wars with the final product. You've got any Lego ideas, Lego icons, or just something else. So you guys and girls can let me know in that. And of course, we have, well, I have to figure out what is going on. I found these as well, so that's exciting. So I can tuck into these as we go. I think it's going to be one of those sorts of live streams. So I need to get all of these bits and pieces out and clean first, is what I need to do. So I have actually got some wipes, because like I said, this set is so big it takes up the whole table. But that is what I'm dealing with on the inside. So we will just be plodding on. So yeah, 80, and this is what is going to be occurring at the moment, and then we will just go from there. Right, so let's have a look at what is going on. So get the wipes out of the pack. But good afternoon to everybody. Hopefully you are all good. But yeah, there's everything just needs a very, very good clean, and it just all needs to be put back together neat and tidy. Now, I couldn't find the baby wipes, so I'm having to use multi-service. So I'm going to get high as anything. Smells nice, but wasn't expecting to clean it all with that. But no, this is the bit that goes on the inside. So I'm going to clean all the bits and pieces up, because we did this with the roller coaster and it worked quite nicely. If there is anything you guys and girls want to be taking a look at, then of course let me know. We will be looking at the giveaway purchase that has just come available again on the Lego website. We will check to see if anything new is on the Lego website, because it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so sometimes they tend to do that kind of thing as well. Do you own the UCS Imperial Shuttle by any chance? No. That's the big white one with the mohawk in the middle. No, I don't. I've got, you can see what I've got up there, and on the floor, because all the display's been redone, got the big Venator, and I've got the UCS gunship and the sail barge and the cantina. But no, I don't have the big mohawk set. It's a cool looking thing though, but it is really big. Like the wingspan on that one's massive, isn't it? So I think I'd struggle to fit it in this display, to be honest, because it is very, very big. I mean, there might be potential it would fit in there, but I don't know if it if it would, which is a bit of a shame. Let me just change this to this. We have a lurker in the background. There's a Mr. Sean who has just sent me a message going, "Why are you going live at 2 o'clock when everybody's at work?" Yes, I know. So we're gonna have you must be more of an idiot than normal. No. So Yummy Biscuit. No, I've got the stuff that I've got on display is slightly newer, but I've got all of the sets from 97, 98. Stopped for a bit in 99 and then started collecting some. So I've still got, so if you go all the way back when, in storage, I've got all the Rock Ranger stuff, all the Adventures stuff, some of the older Lego City stuff. Can you remember like the old banks and all that kind of stuff that they used to do? So, but those sorts of scale, they were the old Lego system stuff is what they were. But no, dotting around. The oldest thing that I've got in here is probably the Ninjago movie stuff, maybe the Ghostbuster Firehouse. That's a good few years old. Now, obviously, because don't forget the modulars have been coming out for 13 years, haven't they? So it's scary to think the Star Wars stuff is obviously relatively new, but all the modular bits and pieces over on that side, or all the different bits and pieces that are on that side and underneath, that's just some of the stuff. So no, I've been collecting for a long time. But no, with regards to the stuff that's in display in here, I've got much older sets. I've got much older sets. But nobody seems to be interested in them, which is a little bit of a shame. So I have tried to make displays in the past. I've got some older stuff underneath here, and all the Lord of the Rings and all that kind of nonsense as well. But no, I've got I'm trying to think for some of the slightly older stuff. So maybe the old fishing store from Lego Ideas, the tree house from Lego Ideas. You've got the carousel, but no, like it's just the larger. I just like getting the larger stuff. But no, when I was growing up, I had a lot of the Lego City. I've still got it. It's just in the box. I've probably got like 5 or 6 ring binders of the instructions of the folders. And that was when. I've even still got, and I've got the 9-volt track, the stuff with the silver strips on. So I've actually got some of that up here. So it's that stuff with the 9-volt. Can you remember that with the yellow twizzle? So that was the black train with the yellow bits and pieces on, where it was the hybrid passenger set. So yeah, I've got some bits and pieces. So yeah, it's all good fun. But no, this is literally just Reese. Yeah, that's it. I know. I've got on at stupid time. I'll be on later on. I've just decided to go on early because I'm literally going to be cleaning pieces and repairing stuff. So I've got back early, and we will be doing the double. I'll be doing this for a while, because it's all it's standard stuff up in here when you have to move all these different bits and bobs. But no, this needs a very, very big clean because it's been in storage. But yeah, I couldn't have everything on display that I've got. So, because what's one of your first sort of older sets, Yummy Biscuit? Yeah. So that's I kind of think that's because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make a massive theme park display. So because I've got the loop coaster to my left, I've got the red coaster, I've got the carousel, and what I've done is we've got a big wraparound. So I've hidden the Diagon Alley in the middle beside the Ghostbuster Firehouse, just on there. We did this at the weekend, so we moved everything. So I've just hidden that on the inside, and it sort of wraps all the way up to the end. And then there's another path that goes that way. So all of it's just going to get tiled again. But you've just got to treat it like you would go around the park map. So this big area here is going to be left as for like a Pokemon type land. There's a big train track now going through. So telling the story, it goes from the Natural History Museum, driving past the Shire, Mountain Fortress, past Rivendell, all the way down past D&D, and it's going to end up at the Colosseum. But I much enjoy just spending more time putting the bigger sets together and then trying to tell a story out of them, and then using the smaller sets to sort of add to them. The only stuff that I would go in for all scales is the Winter Village stuff, because I've got almost every single Winter Village set. So if you think of how many years back you've got to go for that, that's probably my oldest collection on show up in here. But no, since like 2019, 2018, I haven't got any smaller stuff at all. One or two of the cars I don't mind. Like the Speed Champion stuff adds to it, but no, I'd much prefer getting the bigger bits. So yeah, for example, for whatever reason, I find the bigger sense much more amusing than the small ones. For example, I'd rather have the UCS 8080 instead of say 4. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'd rather, because what I've done with this is I'm going to use that as the ride. So that's a motion simulator for me. It's also going to tell the story of the Legoland walkthroughs, all all of the Legoland walkthroughs under the Star Wars banner, where it basically told a story and it finished at the Death Star. So they had the big sort of 8080 bit, but then underneath there was a big Tatooine bit. So I'm going to have all 3 main displays of that, all going to be connected up with paths and stuff. But yeah, it's just doing it bit by bit by bit. But all the guys at the weekend, who obviously were working now, they've all designed this backdrop. And yeah, we've got like the Lord of the Rings. To me, the eyeball is from the Lego Batman movie. So I've got the Joker. I don't know if you can see it. There's a Joker Manor hidden. We've made like a load of hidden displays. So you've got the Joker Manor just up in there as well, and you can see all the bits and pieces. So you've got Gringotts Bank. So I've got the Universal Easter egg. So Universal Florida is the Easter egg for that, because I've even got the false wall of the 2 modulars up on that side. The Ghostbuster Firehouse is a laser shooter from Dubai. And then over on that side, you got the Easter egg of the Daily Bugle, which again is going to be the Florida superhero bits and pieces. Or the Loop Coaster sort of explains itself. But yeah, I've got Apocalypseburg from the Lego movie in the corner, and the big T-Rex. But yeah, all the winter, that's my favorite collection down there, the Winter Village stuff. So I've got almost everyone. I'm missing the market, and I'm missing the cottage. So I've got them. I've got 2 of them actually. I'm using the KV roller coaster tracks. I have got the UCS Republic gunship on. So I've raised it up higher, and that's going to be another ride in the theme park. The massive problem I've got is, can you see the angle of the roof? So I would have had it on the track, but if you've seen the curvature of the Death Star in the Lego stores, it is literally the shape of my roof. So I have to have all the tall stuff in the middle, and where that is with the dragon, as you can see, it would never fit. So I've even angled the dragon to fit. But no, I had originally put the Joker Manor, so it needed 2 tracks. So I actually managed to source a second track, and it was on this side of the table up until about 2 weeks ago, and it was in the middle. But again, if you see the top of that, that's actually touching the roof, so I can't push that any further. So I'm really limited the height. But no, just down, I can't show you at the moment, but yeah, just down there, I've got the Republic gunship angled with the track underneath, and then when I add all the paths and stuff in, it should work. Guys, everybody's liked the video so far. Thank you very much indeed. Good afternoon, Mr. Lego King. Glad you got your phone fixed. So I'm glad you are well away on that. We are literally just having a chit chat. Of course, guys, how these lives work, if there's anything you want, anything you're building, let me know, and I'll put it up on the Use the Lego website. If it's old enough, I can use obviously the Bricklink stuff, which is absolutely fine, so I can show it all off on that way. And if there's anything you wanted to take a look at that is coming for pre-orders, or you wanted to take a look at the Bricklink stuff, just let me know, and I can plop that up on the screen. So yeah, it's a nice set though. It is a nice set. I just want to try and keep the dragon on top of it, because a lot of people can put the they can put it in the Kallax, but the dragon doesn't fit on top. So you can slide the track underneath the Kallax as long as you take the little 4 square bits off. But it didn't quite look right. But because I've got, I don't know if I can actually try and show you. So I have got. I'll just unplug you quick. Hang on. Oh, that's gone. So yeah, I've got another entrance down on this side, and then at the back, I've got the townhouses. So you've got like the proper bit in there, and it carries on because I've got the shadow box hidden for the DC bit. But again, this is all just being placed currently. But yeah, the view from up top, you can see actually how much space there is between all the sets, so it's not too bad. So that's going to be like the big city part of the theme park, and then we're just working on all the other zones at the moment. So yeah, we got some bits and pieces up here to mess around with and do and whatever else. So it's not too bad. But there it is. So that's the track that I was talking about with regards to the 9-volt stuff. So I've got some of that still up here. And we'll try and get an actual motorized train up here at some point, which would be nice. But yeah, we've got sort of lots of little different displays going on all over the place, which is nice. But I can't take credit for it because everybody else said I should have all these bits and pieces on show as a backdrop. So, well. That means then, hang on, huge train fan. We like that. So if we have a quick look at some trains just then. Series 8 for you then. So for Series 8 from Bricklink, are you interested or going to be getting this? So this is Series 8. So it's the Brick Railroad locomotive. There's lots of stuff coming up on Bricklink for trains. So you've got this cool locomotive. We don't know the prices of these yet, obviously. These are going to be official products. It can be motorized, as you can see. So it'd be interesting what price point this is. And obviously that is the actual thing on the actual track as well. There is, I do believe, don't think there's anything in 9. No, there is something in 9. It's the depot. So yeah, in 9, you've also got part of this. Yeah, so you've got the freight depot. So there seems to be lots and lots of larger scaled sets coming on Bricklink for train stuff this year. So you seem to be at the moment getting maybe 2 or 3 sets a year on the Bricklink Designer program for this kind of thing. So yeah, they are some very, very nice looking sets. But yeah, that's how easy it is for me to share. So just let us know if there's anything you want to have a look at. And we can do it. Hello, Shibo. Good morning to you. Yes, I know it's a very weird time I've gone on. I am going back on later on, but I thought this thing is so big that it's going to take me so long to do. I was like, I'm not rushing it later on when everybody's back from work. So I'm just going to do it slowly. Stink of wipes. Get a headache more than likely, and then just hope for the best. But yeah, what I'm currently doing is, let me go onto the Lego website. So in case people have forgotten what this is. Is it going to pop up? Colosseum. So I have actually got the giveaway that went with this as well. So I got this. So what item was it? 10276. 10276. Is it still on the website? It is. So it's over double the price now. It's nearly triple the price now. But yeah, this is what I'm doing. And it's the full width of a table. It is massive. It was one of the largest sets at the time, 9,000 pieces. I went tan blind putting this together. It got very, very painful to put these bits and pieces together. I'm just looking at my back corner just here. It doesn't seem to be in. So I can share that with you because yeah, this thing is some nice detailing on it. I've got most of the trees, I think. I've got the little cars. Some little studs have popped off at the front, so I can re-add all of those on. So that's okay. I'll have all the studs. But yeah, it's just going to be finding some of the bits and pieces as we go. But yeah, that's what I'm tucking at the moment. But Shibo, how are we? Have you got over your purchase from yesterday? No, not anymore. I mean, obviously, what I like is, of course, the sushi restaurant. That would be my go-to set. Mark, hello to you. How are we? But it's difficult really, because it's not just the fact and the principle of I wouldn't be able to get it sent to me at a much later date. It's also if I have ideas for like an Eiffel Tower or other bits and pieces, those ideas might come about at the same time you get billed for the sushi. So I don't know. I've got there's time. There's time. I've made things. I'm looking at the space right now. I've made space for it. Just saying hi. Well, hi to you, Mark. Hopefully, hopefully you're having a good day, enjoying the weather. Yeah, the Wild West train's big. I've got the Orient Express just down here, and the carriage. I mean, they're outrageous. The carriages on that. I know it does. I know. It is absolutely stunning. I will more than likely think about it, because it would also go with the spring lantern stuff as well, because I've got the spring lantern set. So it would go. It would. I know it would work. I know it would work. Because it's I think it had quite a big upgrade to what the original one looked like. They did a really good job on that. But no, the sushi restaurant was very, very, very strong. But more than likely, I'll work it all out and be like, well, actually, because I want to try and be a little bit tactical, because the people in the UK yesterday got billed for Series 6. So in the morning, they got billed for it, and then a few hours later, it came out. So I just need to think of what sets do we think are going to be coming out later on in the year? What sets are going to be retiring later on in the year? And do I really want it that much over some of the sets that are retiring? Because in case something has to give. I see Yummy Biscuit is saying that the depot's amazing, but planning on getting the Wild West train soon. Yeah, so you want to obviously the longer you wait on the Bricklink stuff, of course, from the secondhand market, the more it's going to cost. The more it's going to cost as well. But yeah, of course, it's just what do you do? When do you sort of stay? When do you say stop? Because I've got like a short list being made up at the moment. And I'm thinking of just going maybe not many sets this year, but going for quite big sets this year. So I was thinking maybe doing something silly and getting the Eiffel Tower, which I think would be the worst build ever. I think it'd be dreadful to build, but the end result would be impressive. That could potentially go directly behind me, all the way up, or it goes where the Disney Castle is, so it's just off camera. So when I pan round, I look at it all the time. See, this whole section I think is going to be like a Pokemon path, which I think would be quite nice. So they're not going to be cheap, obviously. And then at some point potentially Arkham, because Arkham is still on back order. And I was speaking to Jay via voice note earlier, and Arkham, as of a few hours ago, is now on back order until March in the UK. So don't forget, Arkham is on the chopping block this year, as is the X-Men Mansion as well. We've already covered all the sets that are going to be retiring, and it seems to be that people are getting a little bit itchy with that kind of thing. So yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those. Are you going to crumble, Shibo, and get the second set? So in case people are in the background, you're not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure what me and Shibo are talking about. Let's back up. Right, let me get the Bricklink tab open. So the Bricklink designer program but there is a series running currently. So series 7 currently, Shibo is undecided about these sets. So they're still available. All of them are still available. So you've got the shop, which I think is beautiful. But I'm purposely trying not to look at that, because if I went in for that, it would be a backtrack and a future purchase later on down the line. But no, the sushi restaurant I think is stunning, absolutely stunning. So yeah, I think that does look very, 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 very nice. Because anybody that's in the background have you got any of these? Did you get them yesterday when they went live? I just happened to be just having one of those weeks where tomorrow you won't see me at all. I won't be able to upload a single thing tomorrow. I'm so busy. I won't be back on live until Thursday. So I am out for 14, 15 hours, something stupid like that. So it's not going to be fun. Not sure yet. Hopefully not. Ooh, I have to. It's up to you. That's the thing. You've got a couple of days. Potentially, you've got a couple of days. It seems to be that is almost what they're trying to. Oh, that's why it's so wet. I've got 2 flipping wipes. Yeah, that's probably why it's around a lot longer than normal, which is good, because they did say that they would just allocate the slots about. And going by the feedback that we're getting from last night, the sushi restaurant was close to 30,000. The other two were close to 30,000, and the other two had broken 10K as well. So there was 100,000 units sold within 4 hours, which is not too bad. So what's everybody's plan for today? Because we've got different people from around the world, obviously. I think the last time I went live at this time would have been at Christmas. Because I just don't have the opportunity to do it. But yes, I am cleaning my window. I am. They are that bad. When I say it's that bad, right? I don't know how, but when this was in the shed, not only did it get broken, and let's be honest, it does look very good. So, I mean, I could keep it broken because it would be more accurate, but it's full of wood chippings. So what happened is, this is well before the live stream started. The other year, the shed roof caved in, just like everything else that happens to me. And it leaked all over a load of my instruction booklets, which was really annoying. And I obviously didn't realise the board that broke must have landed on this. So anything I try and do, it doesn't matter if I put it somewhere safe. I could have left this 3 doors down and it still would have got broken, more than likely. So it is my life. But it will look very, very good. Very, very good on display. And obviously this is part of our history ride on the Orient Express. So this is going to be a big addition to the theme park area, just underneath on that bit. But yeah, if I did go in for the Eiffel Tower, for example, there's 2 places that could go. It goes fully built behind me, or it goes where the Disney Castle is currently, and it wouldn't be able to be completed because it's too tall, because that thing is 5 foot tall. So let's just see the sticky novel. Let's just see how tall. Let's actually just see how tall that actually is. Right, so we're looking at the Colosseum moment. That's what we're doing. Thank you. How tall are you? Because this is on back order as well. Exactly, that 10,001 piece. That'd be interesting to put together. Does it have it on the box? Saw it somewhere with how tall it actually was. There it is. Right, so 58 inches, which is nearly 6 base plates. Nearly 6 base plates. So if I go from floor to ceiling, obviously it will fit. So that's 5 foot. So it's 1.5 meters. But if I put it on the table, it hits the ceiling by quite a big way. So I don't know if I can put it on there'll be something I could try. There'll be something I could potentially do. In fact, I think I might have actually just. I wonder if it could go there. I might have actually just solved that problem. I wonder if I can get a smaller table beside this table and extend it a little bit. and then it might fit. But yeah, that's where I'd have to go for the ceiling. But I have been warned and told it is one of the worst building experiences known. So it would be a very moaning, whinging, crying live stream, I would imagine, if that became the case. So yeah. Right, with regards to the poll then, let's have a look-see. So we're 9 votes in at the moment. So obviously the question is, what LEGO theme has the best end result? Good mix, actually. 33% for Star Wars. We've got 22% for LEGO Ideas, 22% for LEGO Icons, and then 22% for something else. Now, talking for something else, I was actually looking at the potential set list through Brick Fanatic for confirmed and slightly rumoured stuff. And I was getting a little bit worried of the smart brick for Pokemon. But it looks like there's only 2 sets. So all of the other sets are either going to be smaller play sets or more Pokemon bits. So if you are a fan of Pokemon, but you didn't want to get those bigger bits, then you'll be well away with these bits now. So yeah, hopefully you guys and girls will be living the dream. He says. But yeah, we will cross that bridge possibly later on today, Shibo, because I am just looking at that space going, oh, I don't know. But as it stands right now, I don't know the list of order to get new sets, because I haven't got anything since the January. I haven't picked anything up since the start of January. So everybody that's in the chat, what was your last set? What was the last set you got yourself? So that's always a good question, always good to know. Because if I get some of the smallest, because obviously doing like this, like the live streams and stuff, you tend to build longer than normal. So if the sets I get are a little bit too small, I get through them really quickly. It's like, oh, I've got nothing to build now. Because my last little haul was in Ninjago Old Town, the Ninjago display, which I think Reese is on the way. That's the set that's coming for Reese. I've just put 2 and 2 together of what Reese was talking about last night. So he's getting the Ninjago display, and I've got the blacksmith. So I got the 3 15th anniversary Ninjago sets. That's the last 3 sets I got. So I got nothing else from anything else. So it'd be nice to have. Yeah, that's it. So Shibo's the same. But your things are your sort of filth pile is outrageous, because Shibo's just finished building the shopping street. Now got the opportunity to do the eyeball, but you're also waiting for your Bricklink Designer Program order to arrive from last year, and you've just ordered one this year. So you've got loads of stuff to build. Whereas I'm in limbo. I literally do not have any big stuff to build. I've got obviously stuff to repair, clearly. But no, to build, I haven't got anything. So yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know what I should do next, because I think if I got the Eiffel Tower, I would have to do that in stages, because it's just the same repetitive technique over and over and over and over again. So I'd do it, say, like once a week. I would do that and then try and build something else throughout the week. So I'd have to have almost like a dual build. So if I got the Eiffel Tower, I'd have to get something else anyway, unless I did like a mammoth live stream and just tried to be stupid and did see how much could be done in 12 hours and then headbutt the table and just see if we could get it done as quickly as possible. That kind of also defeats the object as well. I knew there was a lot of broken pieces in here, but I didn't realize that everything that is coming out is obviously, well, knackered. So yeah, I can fix that bit though. Yeah, but you're gonna pre-order another one today, Shibo, aren't you? So it's all right. So you don't have to worry, because you're gonna end up being double deep for this one. I'm sure of it. I am sure of it. Because I was half expecting a big amusement set to come out this year. Because we are now, this is the second year of the loop coaster being retired, and it doesn't look like we're going to get anything at all. They have obviously teased the sort of plunge big rope swing spin. How they can actually make that work, I don't know, but I'm assuming that would just be on a 32 by 32 base plate, and it'll be about the same height as the loop coaster for it to work. It would have to be very, very tall, because they've teased that in the artwork for the last 3 big sets, I do believe. But no, there's nothing of that. That's sort of my hopefulness has gone for that for another year. But no, I don't know. Because Shiba, if you had the Eiffel Tower, do you think it would be a fantastic build, or do you think it'd be a right pain in the ass? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so you got the Lord of the Rings collection to build, haven't you? So you've got the Baron d'Or plus the Batman animated Gotham, which is just beautiful. You've also got the Orient Express to build, and they've got the Family Reunion. Oh, very nice. Yeah, and the Outlaw Forest End on the way. So yeah, you've got a bit of a backlog to get through. I know Lego King had a bit of a backlog as well. I'm assuming, I don't think Lego King's in the chat in the moment, but I'm assuming today's the day that Lego King is going to order the Bricklink Designer Program set. I think, going by what he was saying earlier, maybe today's the day that Lego King is going to get it, because what he was saying in the chat last night, he couldn't get it until today, which is fair enough. Oh, and he's also said Happy Pancake Day. Apparently it's Pancake Day today. No idea whatsoever. But yeah, I know there's lots of people lurking in the background here at work, so I do appreciate you. And of course, everybody that's voted so far, thank you. If you've liked the video so far as well, guys, thank you very much indeed. But yeah, it's what we've got. What's that? What's popped up? Add emojis. There they are. And of course, the reason why Reese was green earlier, because Reese is one of the we've just set up a little channel membership thing. You got the opportunity of all of those as well. That's very true. Yeah, that is very. That's the Family Reunion? Why does that ring a bell? Is that the one that I was ill for? The Family Reunion celebration, isn't it? Green Roof. Yes, it is. Of course, it is. That's exactly the one that I was talking about last night. So yeah, I was talking about this last night with regards to it going with this set and the completely. Well, I was poorly when this was out and completely forgot about it. Gorgeous set. Holds a lot of value now as well. Yeah, it does hold a lot of value. So yeah, that'd be a nice set that'd be a really, I think. What are you going to do? You're going to build the sushi restaurant and that close together, Shibo? Is that the plan? Ooh. Because that would make sense doing that. Kind of like a little Japanese month where you're putting all those bits and pieces together. But I don't know how much that set is now. Let me have a quick look in the background. So what is it? 80113. Does it hold its value? Yes, it has. So it was a very good price when it first came out, and then yeah, now it's just very expensive, very, very expensive. You might be able to pick it up at half decent price, maybe, but the cheapest is £95. But that's from Hong Kong. Germany has a few. Germany has a lot. Portugal has a lot. America, you're paying $184 for yours. This is from an American seller. So yeah, you did well to get that one, Chibo, because that now, like, I'm looking at it on Bricklink. Excellent box, $200 for you. 200, 200. Obviously, this is dollars. It just seems to be no. There's nothing. There's nothing from the UK on that. So, yeah, you got that. You got that, sir, at the right time, which is very, very good. Very, very good. Because yeah, it'd be nothing worse than doing my mistake and then going, oh yeah, I'd like that. But that's why I wanted to get all of this nailed. So for future sets that come out, we know what's what. Because it's always the case, you make a display up too late. Oh, that set was out last year that I didn't think I had any space for. I can't make work anymore. Yeah, mate. Oh, you see, you got 2 giveaways, and you got it for retail. So it's doubled and then some in price, plus the giveaways that you've got. So you are laughing, Shibo. Absolutely laughing. Because it is. It's a very, very pretty set. It is a very, very pretty set. It's just yeah, it's just stupid. Just stupid. Because it retired. I know where I was, and I know the reason why, and I know when I was going to get it, and it just it just all fell through. Oh, you got it on discount. Oh, that's that is filthy. Right, I'm going to come up with a Shibo emoji now. I don't know what I can do. I don't know what I can use. I don't know what would show filth in a picture, Shibo. Let me know, and I'll come up with one for the live stream later on. Because you can see the ones that I can change. I could change it. I'll change the Lego heads. I'll change that to a filthy image, but I don't know what of. I don't know how you can portray filth in an actual picture. So I'm sure somebody will come up with an idea. So my favourite, I think, still the golden toilet or actual Wonka himself. I thought they did a good job finding Wonka. But no, you can't tell me that you managed to get it on discount. I can't believe you managed to get it on a discount. I mean, yeah, there we go. We'll show the golden toilet off for you. But we need to come up with a better image than that, because I don't think the golden toilet does it justice for you getting that set on such a big discount with 2 giveaways, and now it's $200. Luncheon Sounds, how are we? How is everything? I don't know if I got translate on. Can I translate? Don't know if I can. Nutrition Sounds. Good afternoon to you. Skibbity. There we go. I was trying to figure out what that said. It was like skibbity, wasn't it? It's like, there we go. My brain wasn't quite working with that. We had people trying to speak Japanese in the live stream the other day, and I was like, I can't pronounce the words. Can't pronounce the words. But no, I'm sorry, Shiba. I'm going to have to come up with something stronger than that, than a golden toilet for you. That is honestly just. I mean, I thought I've done well with getting some of the sets when I picked them up and managing to get things with them, or managing to backtrack certain sets for much, much cheaper when they're sort of mint in the box and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think I've had a set. I don't think I've had a set like that. I think my biggest. What did I get on that day? Because I got the Joker Manor, and what else did I get? I went to Smith's on Boxing Day when they used to open up on Boxing Day, and I got the Joker Manor in a sale, in a Christmas Day sale. What other set did I get with it? It was another big set. I'm not too sure. It was maybe a modular or something. So I think that might have been my my biggest saving haul. So that wasn't too bad. What would it have been? Oh, the old fishing store. I got the old fishing store. That's what it is. I got the Lego Ideas old fishing store, and I went in for that because I knew it was on. I knew it was in a sale, and I didn't realize they still had the Joker Manor. I was like, right, I'll pick that up as well, and that was an incredible saving. It's like 30% off retail, and that's when all the prices before multiple price increases as well. So I thought that was a good saving. Anybody that is from the UK, of course, welcome. But Argos has a huge sale on at the moment. They've got their code red, I think, not cold brown, Shibo code red, for their 20% off. So they've got a lot of savings at Argos at the moment. So if you are from the UK, they've had a restock of some of the sets that are on the retiring list, and some of the stuff that was completely sold out is now back in and back at it. So it seems to be Argos and John Lewis at the moment still have stuff in a sale and stuff that's going to be retiring or already retired, shall I say. So those two stores at the moment are the best place to get your bits and pieces from. And the actual Lego group themselves, obviously, we know what's on the retiring list, but it seems to be some of those stuff that some of the sets are still on back order. So again, like the Eiffel Tower's on back order. We've got the I was quite surprised that Arkham's been jumped to March as well. So it's quite surprising to see Arkham. I don't think Arkham's been in stock on the Lego website to purchase and get within the same sort of week since Insiders Weekend. So that takes us to mid-November. That takes us to. So that was a strong amount of money for that, because, well, it's worth the pennies, isn't it? Especially if it's going to be retiring this year. It's had a relatively short run, and I am quite confused why it's on the chopping block for this year, but it is. So, like I said, if you guys and girls are doing anything in the background, building anything in the background, let us know what it is you're doing, and I can plug it up on the Lego website, and we can have a look. Museum of the Natural History. Oh, I like that. I like the reverse pronunciation. It's been out of stock for months, has it? Let's have a look. As I knock a tape measure on the floor. See, there's a reason why I left that gap, look, because I can actually, when I'm building and I'm squished in the corner, I can actually move over. So that's ideal. So the History of Natural, is that on back order in the UK? I don't think it is. Natural Museum of the History. No, it's not on back order. It's never gone into a sale in the UK, I don't believe. So no, this hasn't gone in the UK. Like I said, Arkham has extended its back order. There is some stuff on back order in the UK at the moment, even without the double points. And of course, you've got some big giveaways coming up soon as well, haven't you? So this is now on the 16th. But if you back order it now, you do get the Duck family. The Duck family is worth $17.99, and you've got all the family of ducks and all that kind of thing. But with regards to, I wonder if the X-Men is done the same, because the X-Men's on the chopping block. Is that on the back order? No, that's still available. Oh, the Old Town was on back order, but that doesn't make a difference because that'll come. You've got a long time to be able to get this, but that's to the 25th of February. So this still seemed to be because this wasn't out of stock until double points, and then it obviously went on a back order. So yeah, you got to play your game. You got to play the game now, because there's so many sets retiring this year. The game is, do you get the stuff that's retiring this year, or do you try and get other stuff that's just coming out? Because when is that retiring? So the Eiffel Tower retires in July of this year. So I've got to make that decision. Ooh, I see. Got to make that decision. Because if it's anything like this, that thing will be worth double the price in a year. So there's no way I can get it unless I get it now, because I cannot believe, bearing in mind I've had this in a shed battered for 2 years probably. It was on display. I used to have it up on display. I had like a full. I used this as part of my Legoland Miniland for the theme park originally, and people said it didn't look right and whatever else, and I really liked it. But because it's so big and I didn't have the space underneath the tables, and I didn't have as many tables up here, then I just had to carry it like a massive pizza all the way down the loft ladders into the shed it goes. And now, after all this time, we are rebuilding it and looking at the price of this thing. Nuts, absolutely nuts. So if you think that family set's gone up a lot of money, Shiba, this is almost doubled as well. So amazing. Amazing. Right. How's the poll ticking over? It's chopping and changing. So we're 12 votes into the poll. Thank you everybody that's liked the video so far. So it's 25% for Star Wars. Lego Ideas is drawing. Icons is falling behind, and 33% for something else. So yeah, it's always interesting to see, because sometimes if you just break it down into different categories like value and stuff, Star Wars never does very well. But yeah, the Death Star looks unbelievable, unbelievably impressive, should I say. Now, I can see that this is going to be quite interesting to put the base in, because I'll show you in a second. But you've got all these little windows, all these tiny little windows, and they are about that low down on the inside. There's a full rack. Can you see them? They're all there. Where's my finger? These things, they're down there right at the bottom. And I need to somehow try and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double digits, I think, of just these windows back in. It's going to suck. Sure, it'll be fine. But like I said, I am in no rush to put this together today. No rush. Because if I mess this up, fluff it up, it's going to be a big rebuild. I don't want to rebuild any more than I already am. But what time is it with you? Because you said good morning. What is the time difference with you? Because I don't know what's you say you're new. You're not New York, are you? What are you? I can't remember if you said New York or Chicago. Too many states over there. I can never remember. I'm still shocked you got it for $130. I've got it cheaper than $130, sorry. Right, as I'm just letting my fingers dry off. 9:55 on the AM. So my laptop's just popped up with a snow warning. So I'm assuming we're now getting the bad weather you had a little while back. So that'll be good fun for the people that are in the UK. So anybody that is trying to get away for half term, I think you're going to be putting up a fight for everything. Have I got more? There is not many more, he says. There's a bit that I don't know how I'm going to get that bit out. But yeah, I think we're going to have a bit of a fruity experience with the weather over the next few days. Yeah, that's it, exactly. I mean, it's rained every single day somewhere in the UK all year, Shibo. So why not? It was raining heavy last night into the early hours of this morning. So why not mix it up with a little bit of snow? Why not? Let's just have the full experience, shall we? I'll just be sat here like in a. Luckily, I'm up high, so it's absolutely fine. Yeah, luckily I don't have to worry. Don't have to worry too much. It's coming up nice and clean. But yeah, they're all the shapes and the bits and pieces that you've got to put in. But I knew this was going to be a long one, so I found a tin of Heroes from Christmas. Can't go wrong with that. The only thing is, I think I've already started to tuck into them. So the... Oh, there is some good ones left. Let's have a cream egg twisted. Why not? Yeah, enjoy. Thanks, Evo. We can't cope with anything in this country like that. All right, so that's the diseases that are on the inside of this thing. The detailing on that, I'm sorry, is beautiful. And then that's the bit that goes over here. This bit is big enough to put a car on. And they're all the pieces that I've now just cleaned up because they're broken. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not just randomly sat here cleaning my hands. I am taking the pieces out because they should all be up. They should all be at the top, just on this bit. But yeah, it's a really nice. It is a really very nice looking set. But it's just filthy, which is understandable. Okay. Brighton? Why did you go there for? What, of all the places to go to, you went to Brighton? Okay, fair enough. I mean, if you enjoyed it, I wouldn't have, nothing wrong with Brighton, but I just thought, of all the places that you could have visited when you're in the UK, I wasn't expecting Brighton would have been on top of your list. So, what was your most exciting experience about Brighton, Shiva? What amazing memories have you got of the weather? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I avoid London like the plague. Those sorts of places don't. Oh, check you out. Well, somebody had to, Shibo. So you took one. You took one for the team. So you took one for the team. It's gonna take a while. This is going to take a while. Look at the colour of it. So bad. So bad. The question is, did you actually watch any good sport? Any good sport when you're over here? Did you actually watch proper football when you were over here? Because like a world sport rather than an American sport. Did you partake in any adventures when you were over here? You should tell you what though. What you guys and girls are good at the moment is you've got a lot of athletes in the Winter Olympics. So you could take part on a world stage with that absolutely no problem. You're doing very well with that. So that and the Canadians. Oh, yeah, you can't go wrong. I did find it quite funny with the statistics that were making the rounds after the Super Bowl, because obviously every time because it just happens to be it's the World Cup this year with the Super Bowl, isn't it? So there was this whole debate of which is bigger and blah 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 blah, and it always is. It's always a good bit of fun to listen to. And I was reading I was listening to a thing, and it was a discussion between different people of the world. They were all like in like a little studio. And one guy was on it. It was like, can we stop discussing the Super Bowl with the World Cup? Because the Super Bowl numbers don't even match up to a regular football game, which happened the day after the Super Bowl. I was like, what the hell is he going on about? And yeah, was it like 250 million people watched the Super Bowl or something? And then 6 hours later in the UK was just a standard regular season, nothing cup related, nothing. And it had 700 million views. And you just think, okay, fair enough. I understand where he's going on about now. But I can imagine you, Shivo, taking part in all of that, representing your town. Surely you would have tried American football at your college. Would that have been your cup of tea? But no, next time you come over, I'll give you a circular thing to run around with. There you go. That'll be good. That'll be good fun for you. You can start sort of trying to kick it through and do all the other bits and pieces that you can think of doing with it. We'll teach you some skills. Right, this is starting to clean up, which is nice. So again, that's what I'm messing around with. But again, it's just so big. But it is an amazing looking thing. But I'm just cleaning literally the outer rim and then working my way down. And I've got to try and get all these bits and pieces out from the bottom. And then from there, we can start repairing and rebuilding. And then we will get it probably Thursday, because I don't think we're going to have time to get it in today. Not how long this is taking so far. And get the actual thing placed. But yeah, it's a monster, absolute monster, because it's wide. I think, is it wider than this table? I think it is wider than the actual table. So the table's just over 1/2 meter. So when I put this together originally, like I said, I went completely tab blind, because after you put the base together, everything is just the same color. So it was like a supersized version of color usage in the cantina. I'm like, oh god. But we do these things. We do these things. But if there is, like I say it all the time, I keep saying there's no different people jumping in and out the stream. So if there's anybody doing anything in the background, that you're building anything, let me know what it is. I can get it up on the screen. We can have a look-see. Any excuse to stop cleaning this. That's why I'm trying to do it. And then well, there you go then. That's it. Happy days. There we go. So you do the correct sport. So that's all we need to know. That's all we need to know. Because they still haven't actually, while we're talking about the World Cup, they haven't announced the rest of the Lego Editions stuff, have they? Because we've got for the Lego Editions, that's the banner. That one is what I need to click on, and then I'll jump website. So there we go. Editions. They've only got the 2. Oh, actually, I wonder if I can actually see what it says about them. Shop by theme. Have they got an editions on there yet? CD. There it is. Look, see, new. I'm not lying to everybody. So you've got the new editions. And that's it. That's all they've got in there at the moment. So the other sets will come underneath this for a very strange looking trophy and a ball. But it does look like we're going to get Ronaldo, Messi, and other little bits and pieces, because the set names are starting to come out, aren't they? With those. Are you in for any of that, Shibo? That's the question. Is Shibo in for any of the football sets? I need something to suck this out. This is going to be very, very painful, because I don't know if I'm going to have to. I'm literally going to have to do that to get the bits out, and rough. Right, I'll do that last then. So I've got a technique in place, but it involved it. Yeah, I'm going to have to take all of that outer rim off bit by bit by bit. I can't get the wipe in there. Brilliant. So this is highly entertaining. My cleaning skills for this. Now, actually, while I am looking at how to take this apart, it's a pretty clever system because you've got the bits and pieces in, but this bit around here is like a big ball, and then you clip them together in sections as it goes around. So this bit at the moment isn't connected. Look, so it's like a big ball bit that you pop in, and yeah, it works. It works quite well. But if I start right at the top and work my way down, it's gone well. Just going to add that to the pile. I will have to take all those bits out to push them in because I've got no other way of cleaning them. And I'll get a toothbrush in there and then suck all the dust up. Yeah, you can get the official actual ball is really expensive. I'm amazed by how expensive that actually is, but yeah, people do collect them, don't they, from the different periods of time. There's some nice stuff that people can add into their collections, obviously. So you can't. It's always nice to see and have a look at, but I wouldn't have anything up here. I mean, I've got I think I said this before. I've got the old stadiums, so I've got the flick down ones, and I've got the humongous. Is it they're bigger than 48 by 48. It's the proper old school football pitch. Can't remember what year that actually came out. So I have got some stuff, but I don't think I would want to mess around doing all of that. I don't think. I think it would just be a case of that can stay in there. If they were going to do and make a stadium again, I would have been all in for that. I would have got all the floodlights and just had like a proper big sports arena. I probably would have put maybe half a table to a full table for the display, but with the sets that they're doing, I've got no interest. And to be fair, obviously the players that they're picking, I don't know if all of them is going to be at the World Cup anyway. With the hoo-ha that Ronaldo's doing at the moment over in the Middle East, I don't know. I mean, sure he'll be called up for Portugal, but they've got those sets coming out for them, haven't they? So yeah, I don't know what they're going to be thinking and doing. Reese, what that is? Are you flying down, Reese, because you need the toilet? Is that the problem? There's obviously something's happening to Reese. He's either touching cloth. He's going to have an emergency. There might be a code brown coming from Reese. HK, pretty much not every day. Not every I know. Normally, to be fair, I struggle to do it on a Tuesday, and I can't do it on a Wednesday. But today, I've had some cancellations, so I've got the afternoon to myself. But tomorrow I won't be on, and then we'll do it again Thursday. Yeah, Thursday, sometimes Fridays, and then long one Saturday, long one Sunday. So we just do but they're all slightly different streams because the streams that I do in the evening HK, it's more like research stuff. So like tonight we're going to be having a deep dive at all of the Lego Ideas sets that have hit the 10,000 mark. So we can have I can imagine the smell in the van tearing down the motorway. But yeah, so like there's normally build streams and then there'll be a lot of research stuff. So sometimes like tonight I'll go live again tonight because I want to have a look at the Lego Idea 10K sets because we've done all the deep dive into the Bricklink stuff. But I didn't realize how many sets for the Lego Ideas are in review. So we'll be looking at those. We'll be looking at those in a short while. But yeah, this is just having a full makeover. And to be honest, just with a little clean, it's starting to look a lot better, and that's before I start putting all the parts back onto it. So it is actually making me think about more and more the Eiffel Tower, because I knew it would. The second I start doing this, the second that Eiffel Tower came out, I saw it in store on day one. I was like, I want that, because it's a big set. I like the big sets, and then that's why I wanted this one. I love the Gladiator film. I just got memories of that kind of thing. So. But how is HK today? Did you get anything HK from the Bricklink program or not? Oh, this honestly, this thing is like enormous. Look at the size of it. I mean, I don't know if it does it justice. I mean, look at that, and that's just the front. So the back of it is, well, it's much. We'll go by a monster can, shall we? So let's just put it into perspective. We'll just put it into perspective, as long as that doesn't fall over. There you go. That's it. I mean, it's big enough for a cat to sleep in. But yeah, it's a huge thing. And yes, it was an okay build. I remember, obviously did it a long time ago, but it was an okay build. But you go tan blind, and yeah, it's just one of those. But I think I prefer it looking at it from its backside, because the detailing on the back, I don't think I've got enough room to spin it. Or have I? Have I got enough room to spin it on itself without breaking it even more? I might have. Hang on. Oh, I'm sorry, HK. Yeah, I know. The fact that some of them aren't available now, are they? Yeah, I know. But yeah, that's the detailing on the back. Look how amazing that is. Because that's probably how I might have it on show. Because I think that is just incredible detail on the back. Because it's very heavy as well. It is a very heavy set. But yeah, it's a monster. But I don't know if it's a good idea to even consider the Eiffel Tower, because it is, like I said, 5 foot tall. So I think it'd be. Could you imagine me trying to put? Because what I'd have to do is I'd have to take this table away and build it on itself, otherwise it would hit the ceiling. So I'd actually have to be stood up building it. Good morning, John. How are we? So, Reese, basically, it's they came out with a statement which was just diabolical, to be fair. The Bricklink Design Program is obviously based in the States, and what they did is they sent a thing out to make people aware that their Bricklink stores are closing. And like I said, I only found out yesterday that I thought like the Bricklink minifigure part exchange stuff had cancelled, because it was to do with they were saying that they didn't have the infrastructure for the computer systems and all that kind of thing. And it wasn't until yesterday that I was made aware that all those 35 countries, supposedly I think it's all 35, haven't got access to get those sets that were on Bricklink that we looked at yesterday. I was like, how does that work? Because they've got Lego stores there. Some of the countries have a Legoland as well. So yeah, it's all a bit weird and wonderful. But good morning to John. Hopefully you are. Well, you'll be probably more than likely snorting coffee beans at this time, John. I would imagine you're probably just slowly waking up. Reese is like, get it. Yeah, well, I'm tempted, to be fair, Reese, because it's retiring in July, and I think it would be the worst build I've ever done. I think it'd be the worst build ever. Well, yeah, they took it over, didn't they? So there was already a foundation there, but because the press release was from Bricklink, not the actual Lego group themselves, but it didn't sit well with anybody, because they literally were like, "Oh, you got like a couple of weeks and your whole business is closed." You're like, what? Because don't forget, it's what people are making a living on, and they had to move everything over to Brick Owl. They released the statement on Thanksgiving weekends. They weren't even there to do another press statement until Monday, so nobody knew that was going on. And then, yeah, I thought, oh yeah, fair enough. Okay, they've done that, and people have moved over to Brick Owl, so they'll all be tickety boo and okay. And then, yeah, as HK's just said, not available in their country either. I know it's not available in India. I was like, oh. But if you think, the scary thing is that they've sold probably 100,000 units in 4 hours, and 35 countries can't take part. So it's just a juggernaut. It's just a juggernaut. So, but Brick Owl doing very well from it. So, he says pros and cons. Reese says the Eiffel Tower looks great when done, but looks horrendous to build. Yeah. Well, I don't know whether to find out for myself. I wonder if I can find I wonder if I can find it for people. Yeah, I was trying to do a little research yesterday. Right, so this is the short one. It's announced that the closure of BritLink online marketplace in 35 countries, including India, Brazil, Turkey, Egypt, Costa Rica, in effect from the 12th of December 2025. It got changed to the end of January, though. The decision is attributed to the Lego Group's inability to support marketplace operations in these areas as the same levels as elsewhere. The closure has sparked significant community backlash, with many store owners expressing disappointment and frustration. The Lego Group has issued an apology. This was actually it all came through the BrickLink banner, no, not through the actual Lego Group banner. It wasn't Lego Group themselves. I know they own it, but it was the BrickLink department, shall we say, has issued an apology and is waiving seller fees for November 25 throughout January 26 in affected countries. Yeah, the full list of countries to be affected and the reason behind the closure are yet to be fully disclosed. And then it changed again, it changed again, it changed again. So, yeah, it was a massive. I covered it. I was really not happy that they'd done it. I thought it was just wrong. But yeah, this was it. So this is just another. There's loads of brick fanatics, but yeah, you've got all of this 35 countries. But like I said, the countries that it's closing in, they have Lego land parks there, not just Lego stores. They have Lego land as well. It's like, well, why? But a lot of people are saying that because there you go. Look, we don't have the current resources in the marketplace in operations in these areas at the same level as anywhere else. And the statement reads, "We're continuously renewing our options. However, in this case, we're able to return at any point in the future." So, if they were trying to say that they're struggling to ship to those countries from the BrickLink Designer Program, that's fair enough. But surely people that are inside any of these countries, all 35 of these countries, look like Argentina, for example, that are buying pieces from each other. But yeah, you've got Qatar is on the list, Dubai is on the list somewhere. I think I've seen other countries from the Middle East. BC, no, Dubai isn't on it. It's Saudi Arabia, Taiwan, Turkey, Ukraine. Oh, it is, yeah. United Arab Emirates, Vietnam. But obviously, this all came through the Lego Ambassador Network, and even they were outraged by it because, of course, what happened is it was all done wrong because it got released to the Ambassador Network. The guy that I told John to go and follow was fuming about it, and that was it. They were literally just left in limbo because they were closed until Monday. But yeah, it goes on and on and on and on and on. So yeah, it's a shame. There you go. Look, what a joke! It got very, 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 very heated. Yeah, that's it. I know. Yeah, I know. It's mad, absolutely mad. It was so successful, so successful. I don't know why they wanted to acquire it, but I also don't understand why BrickLinks ran out of the States, and obviously the Lego stuff is run out of Denmark. So it all seems to be, it's just like this, isn't it? They're just clashing with each other. So Reese says, there's so many sets I want still, but forcing myself to do it. Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. So the crazy thing is from what I can read from that, is like they were potentially they weren't getting enough units sent to those countries because obviously it's a worldwide program. It's all more than likely going to come from one warehouse. The shipping's not cheap. I get that. That's fair enough. So, say for example, somebody from one country orders one set. Well, they've got to spend a huge amount of money of it going over there rather than a shipping container. But I couldn't quite understand how they just shut it all down for an IT issue if they couldn't support. I mean, obviously, it's all money involved and all that kind of stuff, but there was thousands and thousands of people that were using it to buy and sell pieces within its own country because they can't get them from anywhere else. So I just thought, well, that's a bit. It was just a very, very odd, very, very odd thing. But yeah, I didn't realize until yesterday that they had stopped doing. I didn't realize HK that yourself and other people, and I've been going on about all these Bricklink sets, that you weren't actually able to get them. So I just didn't realize. I thought, yeah, okay, the Bricklink store shutting, like the Bricklink store shutting was one thing. I didn't realize the whole thing had completely closed down. So I felt like a right spanner yesterday when I was in somebody else's live stream asking if they were excited about getting a Bricklink set. And then they turned around and went, we don't get it in India. I'm like, well, that's put me in my place, that's for sure. But anyway, if you can get them, you got to make the most of it because obviously the sets do look great and it's a massive credit to the designer. Well, yeah, this is the scary thing because if they've sold that many units, I mean that might be another thing. It's like if for the actual sets, if they've sold, I mean, it's a juggernaut. I said this before: 100,000 units in 4 hours. I mean, that's just madness. Madness. Well, yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? They have said that there's going to be big changes. There's going to be big changes for a lot of the stuff. But because HK you obviously can't. How does it work for you then? Can you get on the Bricklink website, or have you got no access to their server anymore? Because I'm assuming you're not eligible for a Bricklink account at all. So it's not like you can order anything from the UK or anything like that. Because I'm trying to put two and two together of how it all works for those countries now. I'm assuming now it's a complete closed book. You can access. So what are you limited to then? How does it work for you? What's changed? So you've got access to Bricklink, right? Okay, so you've got access to Bricklink, so you can buy pieces, can you? So you can see the sets, but the set's not in your region. But now that's the new thing that they've added for Series 7. So the new thing for Series 7 is that they do say they're only available in certain regions. Right. Okay. So what they've done then is that you can't buy these sets because you're not in the same region, but they've also shut down your access internally to other Bricklink stores to buy pieces. So you have to get the pieces out and in, or have you just lost your account? You can buy pieces from Bricklink, okay, but can you buy them in? So you've got access in house. So have you got sellers in your country that you can get them from? Because I'm getting with what's been said. Yeah, it's rough, isn't it? It is rough because I couldn't quite understand if it was a full closure because everybody was moving to Brick Owl. So I thought that all the stuff internally in those 35 countries had shut as well. I just find it a fascinating business decision. That's all. And obviously, because the amazing thing is that I can't find a single thing from our side when you go on the website. There's nothing in anything like that. There's obviously certain certain sets that are not in there. But I know you can get the stuff from Brick Owl, and I know a lot of people have moved over that way. I can see Reese saying I was going to say I can order an extra 130. Yeah, this is the thing. It's like I can see what potentially could happen, because I can see a lot of people ordering 2 on purpose, setting up a Brick Owl store instead of a Brick Link store to let people that haven't got access to Brick Link to order it off Brick Owl and then ship it to the other side of the world. So maybe that's why they're selling so quickly. So loads of people are buying 2. So yeah, so there is so in different places around the world, there's a huge amount of like part element stuff that you can get. So over this way, much cheaper. So over this way, Brick Owl is cheaper than Bricklink sometimes. And I do believe that the seller makes more commission from Brick Owl than Brick Link, because I've been speaking to a few sellers in the past. But some of the others are just like regional. So I'm assuming, like in the States, for example, there is other places that you can get the bits from and all that kind of stuff. It was just almost like Bricklink was almost like a worldwide network that's been taken away, which is a shame. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks. So I'm assuming then, HK, you just don't bother looking at the Bricklink stuff anymore with regards to the sets. You just, because there's no point getting excited about it, or is it something that you caught that up? Is it something that you would try and backtrack if you could get? Yeah, there's not many sellers over there. I've seen 1 or 2. Funny enough, the family reunion that I've just looked at, there was one or two sets on that. But no, I'm learning. So this week I've learned that loads of countries can't get the sets. Some countries have access to Bricklink. Some countries, obviously, by the sounds of it, don't. Pokemon is not available in Singapore, of all places. That's a very, very bizarre one. I'd love to know the reasoning for that. I still can't find the ins and outs of it. Still can't find the legal aspect of that. It's been a thrilling week. It's almost coming now that I'm starting to learn knowledge. That's terrifying. We don't want any facts on this channel. We don't want any facts at all. So we can't learn too much. My brain might explode. I'll start dribbling too much. Oh yeah, the transportation is massive. Yeah, that's it. That might be another thing with regards to transportation dotted around, when it's difficult with regards to where the warehouses and all that kind of stuff is at the moment. It's not fun. It isn't fun for a lot of countries around everywhere. But no, it looks like we've got lots of people in from all over the world today, so which is nice. So good afternoon and evening to everybody. I say it all the time. I keep saying it because there's different people jumping in and out. If there's anything that you're building, doing, looking at, or thinking about, I've got the Lego tab open, I've got the Bricklink tab open, and we will have a good deep dive at the Lego Ideas sets later on this evening in a separate live stream, because there are a ton of sets that are in review at the moment, and of course they will be our 2027. We were looking at it, John. We were looking at it before, and I can't, because the only company that I can see that does Pokemon was Mega. But I can't. Mega's lost the license to Pokemon, so there must be, because Mega was available in Singapore, so there must be another company that's over there, or it's a conflict of interest with products that will be sold over there because of the theme park. So they could be pulling a Disney, because that's what happened at the Legoland parks, wasn't it, for Star Wars? Because if you remember, all the Legoland parks around the world had the most incredible Star Wars stuff. I mean, it was massive. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pieces is what they had. And the second the Disney group announced that they were going to open up the Millennium Falcon ride over in Florida, They demanded that the Lego Group shut that part of the theme park down, and they've never opened it since. But now the Harry Potter thing is going to be taking it over. It's taken a long time, but I wonder if it's a similar thing with that, because they could then just buy. It would make sense to have the Lego sets inside this new Pokemon world, like the roller coasters and stuff that they've opened up over there. But no, it's incredible. Bring together. How are we? Good afternoon, evening to you. Yeah, I was trying to. I'm gonna have another look at that. Let's have a look. I'll have a look, because I obviously typed in the wrong thing last time. Because I wonder how long their toy license they've got. So Q-Man Key PPLY. All right, hang on. Let's have a look. PP. Pokemon. Right, I've got some up. Let's share the website and see what it's all about. Because I wonder if we can find their toy license. That's the ins and outs of the businesses that I really like. So they have got, look, all of the different building block stuff. But when was that? So that's 20. So they've had it since 23, 24. So they've got the Blastoise in there. What was there? Oh, they've got a big bag toy store. Oh. That's interesting. Even I know a big bag toy store. You guys and girls in America should know that if you're into your 6-inch and action figures. Ooh. So this company, because Big Bag Toys, where is Big Bag Toy Store? It's I thought BBTS was American. That's out. They got the copyright, yeah. Yeah, the amazing thing is, though, is that obviously these have been sold on Big Bad Toy Store, but Mega was an American company that also had the toy license. So maybe they've still got, so maybe these have the toy license left in Singapore only, and it's a different license. Ooh, that's exciting. But I mean, there's got to be a reason why all of these are on a sale. So I wonder if these are going to be getting the new Pokemon stuff in for Lego, obviously. There's tons and tons and tons of stuff that's in here. But let's have a look at what license do they have. Ooh. You're not going to have a look. I'm going to just a quick bit of research. I'm not. I've got it in the background. Right, hang on. You weren't even looking, were you? You weren't even looking. I didn't have the flipping thing on. Try that again. Amateur hour. Right. I was sharing the screen with you, but clearly not. Big Bad Toy Store has got. We scroll down because I just clicked on them. There, all of these. I thought I was sharing it with you. There we go. So they've got all of these bits and pieces on available, and obviously easy for you. These are really easy for you guys and girls in America to pick up if you wanted any of these. Reese has made it back, just about touching cloth on the motorway. Well done, Reese. You've managed to get home. But yeah, these are all of the stuff that's available in the States. Really easy access for Bricks Together and John and Shibo. Really easy to pick up bits and pieces. But it's a company that I've not heard of, but Singapore. I'll have to do some research and catch up because I'm trying to find their world license. Pokemon. Six. Right, so it says, so Keepley, I think that's how you pronounce it, has obtained the license to produce Pokemon-themed building blocks, which were sold exclusively in China and later in other Asian countries. While the specific details about the availability of these products in 2026 is not explicitly stated, Kipley's been involved in the Pokemon franchise since 2019, and that's what it says. There's definitely some fruitiness going on with that, isn't there? So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for the guys and girls over the other side. We'll have to see what's going on. That sounds I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. So yeah, should be good fun. just clenching for dear life. Well, use that golden toilet paper. As long as you didn't break any speeding records, that's that's absolutely fine, Reese. Absolutely fine. But good morning, Royal. Good morning, John. As you guys are just waking up. Shibo's lurking about somewhere, having a lovely time over in New York. So I'm not too sure if Shibo's decided to make anything yet or not. So, but we are literally sorting this out because this thing is a beast. Absolute beast of a set. Mark is back. Hello to Mark. How are we? There's Shibo. There's the eyeballs. Apparently it is Mark. I didn't realize that. It is Pancake Day today. Who knew? Who knew that today of all days was Pancake Day? On a random Tuesday. All day, apparently. So you can stuff your face with it. So the question is anybody going to have any? See, Brick Together prefers the waffles. Yeah, your waffles are different to our waffles, I think. You've got yours are the circular ones. Ours are the square with the grids in. So Brick Together is going to be having waffles for breakfast. He's going to skip the pancakes. Reese is like, oh, that'll go straight through you again, Reese, after your motorway incident. You just touching cloth, emptied the bowels, and now you can stuff your face with some pancakes. Absolutely. What a day to be alive for Reese. What a day to be alive. So you guys are over in the States because obviously you're back in time. Got anything exciting planned for today? Well, this is very true. Because we want to know what Shibo's doing, because Shibo might be in for the double for the Bricklink Designer Program. We don't know. I think Shibo will go double, to be honest. I think somebody's going to crumble. I think that's what's going to happen. She will end up crumbling. It's a bit much when you've got to stand up to actually reach the pieces. That's how deep this thing is. I reckon Shibo's going to crumble. I reckon. All in on that is Shibo. All in. So what is everybody's next build going to be? Obviously, any sort of Good grief, I can't get this back on. Any brand, obviously. Just what set is it that you're going to be going for? Because Shibo doesn't know whether to do the eyeball next. To be fair, you don't forget, if you want to do something completely different, that Arkham artwork is amazing, but it just depends on if you've got space for it to go straight up on the wall, because it's technically a long thing. It does look nice up there. It does look good. It just depends on if you've got a wall space for it. If you haven't got wall space to do Arkham, then you'll have to wait. Oh no, Thunder Fang's on the way. Well, you can make Thunder Fang one, can't you? You'll be all right. I'm sure Thunder Fang will appreciate that. Right, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this poll. How's that getting on? Right, poll-wise, we are 20 votes in, 15 for Star Wars, 35 for ideas. Icons is pulling back at 25%. Something else is at 25%. Everybody that's liked the video so far, again, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, it threw me yesterday. I was like, oh, you've ordered just the little display stand. It's the whole Ninjago set you've ordered, isn't it? As I'm sat up here looking at it going, oh yeah, that's what Reese said, because I said that before. So what Reese has had delivered, I'll get this back up again, anything to stop cleaning this set off. We have got is just got the Ninjago. Where is that one? That one. That's the one that you've got. Yeah, very nice build. Still out of stock. I mean, I can't remember the last time a set was out of stock that long. So it's obviously longer than 90 days. So the fact that you've got it, it's amazing. You'll enjoy it. The minifigures are good. It's a nice size actually. It just works. It just works well. Have to wait and see what happened. Yeah, it's gone back in, back out, back in. I think now what we're gonna thing is though, this might now set off a whole new line of display stands for other themes. So if they were to do the Ninjago display idea in another theme, what theme do you think they should do it in next? And what should they have? Because of course the Ninjago one is the Monstrous Spinjitzu from series 1 in the first couple of episodes. So that's a bigger set that they made years ago that they've just done the gates from. So if they were to do another display one, what would you want to get and buy? Would you want one from Star Wars, from Marvel? Would you want a Disney one? Would you want something from a completely different thing? Would you want like a classic character display one instead? Just something completely different? I don't know what they would do. Maybe mock the treehouse a little bit. Install some lights on the modulars. Not too sure starting the eyeball yet due to the size and time it would take. Once I know I get the forest den, I want to be all right. Okay. Well, if you're gonna get the forest straight away. Well, the good thing about the eyeball though, Shivo, is it is in 3 sections. So you could just do the bottom bit. But by the time you built the bottom bit, you probably would have finished the forest den because that's got to be coming. If you've already been billed for it, you've not got the shipping notice for that yet of when it's due for delivery. Yeah, well, fingers crossed. I mean, if I suddenly disappear and there's a big set of teeth come through the roof, then I'll be blaming you and your cooking skills. So that's absolutely fine, Mark. That is absolutely fine. But no, I need to do these spontaneous, random live streams more often, I think. Because I can actually get quite a bit done doing things like this. I just can't believe how many pieces. And again, this thing, I keep saying it, is enormous. Does anybody else have this set? Did anybody else pick it up? Did anybody else risk getting it when it was out and about, or did everybody just avoid it like the plague? Because it came with a really weird giveaway. if you remember. It came with the double horse build and the cart with the exclusive minifigure, which didn't quite work when it's a micro scale front. It's in the warehouse last week. Ah, there we go. Well, weekend build then. So there we go. So I don't know what days have you got off this week, Shibo? Is it? Let me guess. You got Wednesday, Thursday off, and it's going to arrive Friday. So you gotta wait until you get back from work to crack open the seals. That would suck. That would suck. Where am I? There I am. So I'm assuming, Reese, you're going to crack open the You're going to crack open your display set soon. Oh, it's nuts! Yeah. It is. It's a beautiful. It's really painful to put together. Really painful to put together. Oh, I'm free for it, and the stream on for. Oh, right, is that a hint? Okay. So basically, then, Shu, if I go live about the same time on Friday, if I can, and you get it delivered straight away, you can just crack it open and build it throughout. Can you? Is that what you're trying to say? Oh, Reese is going to finish the Jazz Club, and then I'm on to the character display. How many bags left have you got of your of the Jazz Club, Reese? Because I know Bricks Together, I know Royal has bought basically the whole Lego store this year already. So their backlog must be absolutely massive. And I've seen the Valentine's Day gift from the Rivendell. Very impressive. Very, very impressive indeed. So I'm sure that'll be ripped open up at some point. So my question to you guys and girls, when it comes to an actual build, which do you think would be more painful, more interesting as a build perspective and a stream perspective, the Eiffel Tower or the new Pokemon set? The big one, the big three-way Pokemon. I do quite like getting sets that other people don't want to get or don't think would be any good, or they just, that kind of thing. So I know I've got a lot of sets, but I don't get a lot of them throughout the year, if that makes sense. Whereas like you guys and girls obviously get tons and tons and tons of stuff, whereas I just go for one bigger set every few months. Well, it is, Reese, but that's a separate display. So the Titanic, to be fair, I know we were saying about the Titanic and all that kind of stuff. I think the Titanic would very much depend on if this would work, if we've got space. Because I honestly don't think when people see stuff, and I'll just move this, just move that, like, what? All right, what sets do you guys and girls have, so I can put it into perspective of just how big this thing is? What should I put in there? Because this is big enough for a cat to sleep in. What would you like me to put in there? A Fast and Furious car? Would you like me to put a tape measure in there? Would you like me to put, I don't know, what? Just to show off just how big this thing actually is. So then you realize, well, it's going to take up a ton of space and it's the full width of underneath. So I don't know if we've got the length for I don't know if we've got the length of the Titanic. Oh, there we go. Well, there's talking of that, Mark, there's a set on the Lego Ideas website that has got hit 10,000 votes for that exact restaurant. So if that gets put into production, then you might be laughing with your creativity on that one. But yeah, I don't know what to put in here to show off just how big it is, because I mean I've got a GoPro battery here which I could put just in it so you could see. Yes, I did like that. There's some really funky stuff that people have been doing with the Death Star, because I've seen now the classic space one. We've seen there's a gentleman that seems to be doing. He did a Winter Village version of was a Winter Village version, and then did a Chinese New Year set as well. I'm not too sure actually if it was the same person that for the classic space, but it's amazing what people are doing with them, and it looks a lot. I mean, it's a very, very eye-catching set. But when people are starting to do different bits and pieces with it, it makes it worth that little bit more. That's a so base plate, just for show, so you can see how deep the thing actually is. So a lot, John, I would say, because it's it's difficult because it's got the overhang at the front, it's got the overhang at the back, and obviously it's overhanging the actual table. But height wise, it swallows a base plate as well at the back. So yeah, it's big and it's heavy. It's really heavy. The base, amazing to put together. Loads of bright colours, and you put all the greens on it and everything else. I was like, oh, this is going to be an amazing build. And then bag 5, you rip that out the internal box, and I'm like, there's not a single colour apart from tan. Bag 6 was the same. Bag 7 was the same. I'm like, oh my god. So there's probably like 6,000 tan pieces. So definitely full length. Yeah, it's definitely bigger than my full length. Have you not seen it brick together? I will flop it out for you. Hang on. Winter Village, Lego UCS Death Star. Hang on. It was on Bricks Together's thing, wasn't it? Where are we? Ah, here we go. Got it. I found it. I found it. Here it is. What a thing of absolute beauty this is. This is on the list to try and attempt. This is the most outrageous. Yeah, it's basically about 4 base plates, John. Yeah. But it's just like you can get a human. Sorry, I say human. You can get a cat to fall asleep on the inside of it. So it's deep in the middle. Yeah. So this is the Death Star. Where's the photos? There they are. Look at these. You need to go away. That's annoying. Yeah. Look at that. So yeah, if you want a winter village, oh no, it's not. It's not from scratch. It's the full size Death Star with all of the winter themes. So that's all of the Christmas jumpers from the advent calendars, all of the other little bits and pieces that they've added in there, and then they changed the whole thing, including the lasers for the Chinese New Year. So yeah, I mean they've just redone every single scene. This looks amazing because even the top where they've got the they've redone the throne bit at the top, look, where they're adding in all the characters with the big. I mean, we know the size of that Christmas tree. That Christmas tree is not exactly small. So yeah, they've got loads and loads of detailing on there. Look, I thought it was just very, very clever, very, very clever. But yeah, we've seen the space one now. We've seen this. We've seen the Chinese New Year one. Yeah, there's some nice stuff. Nice stuff that's available. Yeah, they literally. Well, you can see the difference though. It's like all. I think they changed from the tiling on the back, but no, it wasn't. It wasn't a custom one because it's that size. So yeah, huge thing. Yeah, I like it. I think it works. I think it works well. I'm interested to see what people are going to do for Halloween. Because I can see people doing a Halloween version of it. But yeah, it just makes it a little bit nicer to look at rather than like a big grey slice. Hang on, they've all popped in at the same time. Oh, the Ratatouille. Ah, yeah. So what we're saying is on the Lego Ideas website, there's a set that's just hit the 10,000 mark for the restaurant of Ratatouille. So we'll be doing a deep dive into that later on, because there's tons and tons of Lego Ideas sets that they're in for review. They've all hit the 10,000 mark, so it's done differently to the Bricklink Design Program stuff. Loads of Scooby-Doo stuff, loads of Turtle stuff, loads of other stuff. So yeah, there's loads and loads of things. Yeah, there's well, the good thing is for the space things is that there's loads of different sets that they can go down and use and get, because they've got all of the Lego Movie space stuff. They've got like obviously the older space stuff that they could do as well. So yeah, it's a pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool way of doing it. So there you go, Reese. There's an excuse for you to get a Death Star, and then you can buy all of the, just like the T-shirts alone that are needed. Like the Christmas jumpers are like £5 each. So they got what, like 20, 30 of those troopers walking around. So yeah, it's been expensive. It'll be an expensive swap. Because I have seen people do the Eiffel Tower with Christmas lights all the way around the outside of it. I was like, oh, actually, that looks quite nice. So could use it as a huge Christmas tree empire, Benny. Well, let's be honest, Benny rules, doesn't he? And I have actually, funny enough, is it beside me? I don't know if it is beside me or not. Where have I put that? I have got. Where did that go? Because we ripped out everything at the weekend, and I've got this huge train going through Rivendell at the moment. I've got Benny's spaceship, and it is just over there, and I can't reach it. I can see it, but I'm not refused to crawl back underneath the table again. So yeah, I've got Benny's spaceship thing. I would imagine probably at a guess 28. They're not going to retire it that quickly. But yeah, you can make. I mean, it's an expensive Christmas decoration, mind, Reese. So don't just randomly get it for a Christmas decoration. But then I'm also thinking, well, actually, if I got the Eiffel Tower, 5 foot tall, Christmas lights all the way around the outside of it, yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, I would think so. I would imagine that the Death Star will be about until the new Falcon comes out, and then they'll swap them, because I think the next Falcon is going to be the really expensive set. I think, because they're not going to, the Falcons are going to be back out in a couple of years. They're not going to have a Falcon on the shelf. But as we were saying before, especially with the UK, the sale on that is going to have to be massive before it retires. Absolutely massive, because there's so many good sales on in the UK for that I don't know what the Lego Group's going to do to compete with it. Yeah, well, yeah, your list's outrageous for this year, Reese. Outrageous. Yeah, it's a big chunk of change. It is a big chunk of change. But yeah, it's one of those. From a build experience, it's actually really nice compared to that dog. Good parts usage on it. But if you ever did want it, sale, double points. Yeah, I went into store, but the reason why I got it when I did is because I made I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but I took back the Lion Knight's castle, put the Lion Knight's castle against the Death Star, used loads of, like, all the points that I had, and literally paid nothing for it. So it worked. So it was the only ever time I was going to do it. I was like, if I'm going to ever get it, it will be with all the points that I've saved up, which is hundreds of pounds worth of points saved, plus the Lion Knight's castle, which we know was what, 3 something. So I was like, well, I'm going to do it. So I did it, and yeah, it was one of those. I did. I've already shouted that out, Bricks Together. See, I pay attention. I said it was a lovey-dovey Valentine's Day gift. When are you going to crack that open? Yeah, that's a very good shout, Bricks Together. Very, very good shout. Because we now know that's a thing for Lord of the Rings. You just save them for one set that you want, and just put them against it. Because don't forget what you've got the option. I'm sure you've got the options of that over in the States, but you can for a set like that, if you wanted to make it more bite size, just use every single point that you've got, and you have got the opportunity of doing a pay in 3 as well. And you don't pay any interest on that pay in 3. So as long as you're not going to be getting anything else in those 3 months, and you don't have to worry about sort of funds from that way. So that's how I do some of the bigger sets, because I tend to get one big set every few months. But with that one, I got it in store because I literally, like I said, I used all my points, used the money from the Lion Knight's castle, and yeah, I was all right. So what were you on about? Don't like dogs, Mark? I've had a bad experience, Mark. Have you with dogs? So I think dogs a film or the actual dogs? Let's see it. I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together. But yeah, the Rivendell, it sets a standard. That Rivendell it's one of the highest standard finishes of a build, and the problem is once you built Rivendell, you might have literally peaked with regards to a Lego set design. That's the only problem with that Rivendell, was it's that good. You're like, oh, bugger. But yeah, I've got mine there. Gonna have some light kits over the top of it. Got the express going round down to D&D. And yeah, I've got the Natural History Museum, John's moved down here, and it's selling the tickets for the ride. So the Natural History Museum is safe and sound. Safe and sound. Right, let's have a quick check at the poll. Right, guys, everybody that's liked the video so far, thank you very much indeed. It helps the algorithm. So 22%, 22 votes in for the that. For the poll, we are 14% for Star Wars, 36 for ideas, 23 for icons, 27 for something else. Yeah, so there's games to be played now, though, isn't there? Because there's some very, very big sets retiring in July. So if anybody wants any big sets, you're best off thinking, right, I want to get this and this and this by July. What is it that I want to do? Because there's a lot of sets retiring in July. And then there's a lot of sets retiring this year. Arkham, X-Men, loads of those. So, yeah, it's all good sexy fun when it comes to that kind of thing. But yeah, with regards to Rivendell and things, well, at least you didn't curse yourself with Rivendell, because it didn't go straight on sale. Because we were saying, well, the second you get the set and it arrives, it'll be in a sale in the States straight away. And I don't think it has, so that's fine. And that's the thing as well. With us, I think some people might wait for a full year to get the new Lord of the Rings set, because it will be in a sale in the UK, because it seems to be Amazon UK exclusive. So it seems to be always going to be in a sale over here. Hey, there we go. Well done, Mark. So yeah, well, we can go through it again, Reese. We will do a breakdown again, because we did do a big live stream a few weeks back covering all the sets that were going to be retiring. But I will do it, probably have to be March, April, May, June, maybe April. That gives you 3 months to get the sets. So yeah, it's just there's a huge amount on the list. That's the thing. It is there's a lot to it. It just depends on what it is you want. Just depends on what it is you want. And just remembering when these sets go. Because I don't know whether to forget about the stuff that's retiring or just focus on 1 or 2 bits. I am favouring towards just one big set every few months, rather than sort of getting lots of smaller sets. The only thing I know I'm 100% getting this year is the next Winter Village set. Apart from that, I actually don't know what my next set's going to be. I haven't got I've made space for stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know in stone. No, Reese, I don't, because Arkham is going to go, if I get it, will go in between those two, because there's another base plate and a half of space at the diagonal behind those two buildings. So that's where I've left space for it. And Shibo was saying before that it's on a huge back order in America, the Arkham Asylum, huge back order. So it might be one of those sets that you might never see on the Lego website again, being able to order same day. You would imagine it'd be in store. But yeah, the UK, it's now been pushed back until March. See, you can't go wrong with the upscale space. Yeah, so what John's talking about is the new upscale character. That's the Lego website. So let it load. There it is. The upscaled one of these. There we go. All new sets. Newest, please. I love the fact that the shopping street's always at the top for that. Yeah, you've got the brickheads, you've got the boot. There it is, upscale blue astronaut with the little minifigure. So yeah, you can't go wrong with that. So because if you put a little crack in the helmet, you can make it look like it could be Benny's space helmet then from the movie, because Benny's got the crack in. So if you can just tweak it ever so slightly, you could easily do that. But yeah, I do like that. And then, yeah, you've got all the other weird and wonderful stuff that's out and about. They've now got the Peanuts license. That's from the Lego Ideas as well, don't forget. And then you've got the next wave of Star Wars stuff. And then, yeah, that's all that stuff. Well, I was reading before, which I'm quite happy about, some good news about the Pokemon sets moving forward. Because obviously we've seen what they've done with the Smart Brick for Star Wars. They kicked obviously all their stuff off with that, and now there's tons of stuff coming for Star Wars. And there was talks that the next set for the Smart Brick is going to be Pokemon. There's, from what I've seen on a list, there's only 2 sets for Pokemon that's going to be Smart Brick. Everything else, and this year, there's 21 sets from Pokemon coming, I think. 21 sets in 1 year, so, and only 2 of them are Smart Brick. So I know some of you guys and girls do like Pokemon itself. It does look like you're going to be getting all different scales. So it's going to be EV scales again. It's going to be display stuff, all sorts of just stuff. So yeah, if anybody's going to be getting any Pokemon sets this year, at least you don't have to worry about paying all that extra money for a Smart Brick in those sets. So that's not too bad. Not too bad. Because if they give us a EV scale, that was the closest thing to what Mattel was doing, wasn't it? That was the closest thing to Mega. That's it. Well, that's it. Well, Benny's Benny. Benny's from the Lego space. If you haven't seen the original Lego movie, he's the highlight of that movie. So you do need to watch that. So if you've not watched the original Lego movie, watch it. And if you've not watched the Batman movie, watch it, because they're both fantastic. The only thing that really annoys me with the original Lego movie is about the last 5 minutes. And then the Lego movie 2 is dreadful. Dreadful film. But no, the Batman movie, very tongue-in-cheek, funny as well. But where Benny becomes famous with his spaceship, and where they actually made the full set of him, is obviously the original Lego movie. So if you want a bit of something a little bit silly in the background, and you're going to get the song stuck in your head as well for about 3 months. So if you can find it easy enough, you can pick it up. But no, Benny's spaceship, you can't go wrong with. But they haven't done. I don't know who owns the rights to the 3rd movie. It was supposed to be done and in production by now, but it's not happened. So I don't know what's going on with. I don't know what. I thought I saw Disney had the rights to the 3rd movie, which is just painful. But then maybe not. So I don't. The 2nd movie it bombed. It didn't do very well at all. The first one was great. The 2nd one was awful. And it must have been bad, because the apocalypse which is from that movie, was out less than a year. So that was one of the shortest run sets. The sets that they did for the film were great looking Lego sets, but the actual film itself for the Lego Movie 2 was biblically bad. So don't waste your time on the second one. But if you've not seen it, John or Royal, get yourself on, have a giggle, and you can be team. You can be Team Benny even more then. I don't know what else Benny's in. I think it's just those. He's not in the Batman movie. But it's a bit down. It's a trip down memory lane with that, because you see all the old Western sets, you see all the old Lego System stuff, all the stuff that they don't make anymore. Is what you see. yeah, I can imagine. But no, the song itself, like the first 5 minutes of the Lego Movie, is very clever with how they got all the sets and stuff in there. But yeah, the second one not so much. To be young again. Oh, I know. That's it. The arthritis will start kicking in soon enough, Royal. Don't worry. I'm sure with all the Lego sets everybody's been building now, the carpal tunnel will be kicking in sooner rather than later. That's for sure. So Reese, do you have the Arkham Asylum? Or is that on your list? Because it is on my list, but I'm not going to get it until later on. If it happens at all, because I don't really think I need it. I do like the DC stuff. I prefer DC over Marvel every day of the week. Because like I said, you know what sets I've got, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I just don't know if it's essential. Because I could have it literally writes itself, doesn't it? An Arkham Asylum in the theme park. But yeah, I don't know. Because I don't know whether to be stupid enough. Don't waste your time, John. Honestly, please don't waste your time. It is not worth it at all. It's like the first one's good fun, apart from like the last couple of minutes, and the second one is so bad in comparison. So bad. The Lego Batman movie is great. The Lego Batman movie is literally a movie all the way through, like of what it is. But how the first one finishes is basically like what the second one's like, in massive segments all the way through. And you're just like, I don't want a real life scenario of family doing stuff. It's like, stop. And I think that's what annoyed a load of people. They were trying to basically force it down your throat of, oh, how you get on with your brothers and sisters and all that. It's like, no, I don't want to know that. Just give me a film with Lego characters in, and I want to buy the sets. I don't want it to be turned into a real life scenario. My life's traumatic enough. I don't need to be reminded of things. But no, the Batman movie isn't like that at all. Some of those sets now, though, are worth quite a lot of money. So that's the only thing. You can get the minifigures from the film, the Batman Lego minifigures. If you wanted some walking around your city, you could get them okay. But actual sets are a little bit expensive. But no, it's not worth wasting your time on the second film. Not worth wasting your time on the second film at all. Unless you've got an hour and a half that you're really bored, and then you can let me know how bad it actually was. But apart from that, also I'm not telling what people what to do. You can watch it if you want to, John. You can I'm not taking your right away to watch a really bad film. You are more than welcome to watch the film, but I would never want to watch that film ever again. What's going on here? Oh, Shibo's off to the post office. Don't hit the person at the post office, oh Shibo. That's not very nice. Enjoy the traffic in New York. I'm sure it will be absolutely thrilling for you. And yeah, we'll do a deep dive on the ideas stuff later on. So yeah, we'll tuck into all of that and see what's what. Like I said, I am literally just quite literally picking up the pieces of this set and just putting what I can together, and then just figuring out where everything goes, and then we should be good. But you could see the amount of wood, yes, wood, that's now on this table. Look at the state of this. That's what happens when a roof falls in. Yeah, there we go. Traumatic enough. Right, there we go. That's more bits coming out. Yeah, it's just a bit strong, John. The second one like that. That's all it was. I mean, feel free. Obviously, feel free. You might think it's the best film ever made, but I don't think. You know what? I better check the review ratings on it, because it might just be me that doesn't like it. And I'm just giving you false Lego Movie review rating. 2014. Ouch. So the Lego Movie from Rotten Tomatoes hit a 96% approval rating from 253 critics. It won one of the 6 nominated 42 Annie Awards. It won the British Academy Film Awards for the best, one of the best films, Critics' Choice Award for the best animated feature film in 20th. And it got a Golden Globes Award nominated for Best Animated Feature Film at the 72nd Golden Globes. So it says the Lego Movie success is a testament in creativity, storytelling, imagination, and the universal appeal of the Lego theme. But what was this? But the second one? So there we go. Look, bigging up the first film. It has hardly anything around it. What is the second one? How bad is the second one to the first film? No. So that's how easy it was to find the rating on the first film. It just literally popped up on the screen in front of you. But the second one, not so much. Oh, hang on. What does that say? All in all, so it says, all in all, the Lego Movie 2 feels like more. First one. No. Yeah, people aren't thrilled with it, I think. That's good characters in it. 2019, that film came out. 67%. But yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. But then I'm a grumpy sod anyway, aren't I? So there we go. There you go then, John. I think you probably, in the clips that you've watched, is the whole film, I think. DJI, how are we? Welcome. You've never watched the original Lego Movie? Come on, DJI. What a film that is. It's a good film. It's a good bit of fun. It's just silly. It's all right. The second one I avoid, like I never want to watch again in the history of my life. So that's a straight no from me for the second one. My favourite one is probably the Lego Batman movie. The Ninjago movie's okay as a standalone film, but then it gets crazy at the end of it because if I remember rightly, there's some cat, like a real life cat, running around with it. And I'm like, why do these films keep ending like this way? The Batman movie is more tongue in cheek than anything else, so it'll probably be Lego Batman movie first, and then it'll be a toss up between Ninjago and the Lego movie as a close second, and then the Lego movie 2 wouldn't even make it onto the list. So that's basically it. That's my obviously I'm a world renowned film critic. Obviously, as you can tell by my descriptions of how I would rate those films. But yeah, I wouldn't waste another second of my life on the second movie, but the others I'd quite happily watch again. So, oh, you've not watched the second, and well, if you want to, DJ, well, why don't you watch it, and then you can let me and John know just how good or bad it actually is. There you go. It saves John worrying about it then, so you don't have to worry about it as much. Reese, your favourite movie? What's yours? The question's out there for everybody. What is everybody's favourite Lego movie? This is a chunky monkey, this thing is. Yes, there's some decisions to be made for that, isn't there, with regards to what films you can't watch. Well, it's just a little bit bizarre because you all know how the first one ends, and he turns around and he's like, "Oh, if you want to come down here, then your sister can come down here." And then all of a sudden they smash all of the Lego sets. You're like, what? It's like, could you imagine having your own collection in a room like this, and you just turn around and go, "Yes, I know what I'm going to allow you to do. Pick up every single set, smash it on the floor, and then never walk back into that room again." You're like, it just wouldn't happen. You just would not. You're like, no, that's yours. You have that in the corner and make your own stuff up. But yeah, that's basically how it all kicks off, and that is why it's an apocalypse vibe, because it's Duplo versus Lego. But the actual Lego city, they smash everything. You're like, what's going on? Hello there, Roaming Bricks. How are we? So I need to apologise to you, Roaming Bricks, because I couldn't actually say it in the chat. I didn't realise that the live stream that you were doing, where I was talking to you, that you weren't eligible for the Bricklink sets. So I need to apologise to you for that, because when I was asking the question if you were excited, I didn't realise. So I am very, very sorry. And I have made it very, very clear that I was a bit miffed with that, because I knew there was 35 countries involved, but I didn't realise that you were not eligible for it. So no, I should have done my own work first, Roman Bricks. It wasn't fair. Not very nice. Not very nice. Especially as everybody else in the chat, apart from probably 2 of you, have actually got access to those sets. So it's yeah, not nice. Not nice. So yeah, hopefully you're good, Roman. I was enjoying that live stream yesterday. So yeah, nice to see your collection, which is good. So yeah. Yeah, nice to see you. Nice to see you in here. And I see, Roman, I did clock that the other day, that you got gifted a channel membership, didn't you? So that's why you're now green, because you got gifted a channel membership from the crazy one. So Ryan, in all of his wisdom, just was like, "There you go, everybody." Good grief. And Roaming Bricks was top of the list. Yeah, there you go. Look, you got to make the most of that for the next month. You got access to all that kind of stuff, which is very, very kind of him. Thank you very much for the like as well. Yeah, the Ninjago movie's good. Really good sets from the Ninjago movie. Really, very, very good sets. The good value still, like you can pick them up much cheaper than all the other stuff. The original Lego Movie boat, I think you guys know what I'm talking about, the little Captain Redbeard's boat. That's like only £400 now, because it's a stocky thing, but really tall, and it looks really good as an actual ship. But you just can't get it, just can't afford it. So sticking to traditional Lego sets for now. Looking ahead for the smart. Yeah. So just saying before that, if you're into your Pokemon stuff, it does look like you can still get access to a lot of those sets in the future, because obviously there's only 6 countries for the smart brick. So yeah, there's only 6 sets for that. No, that's it, DJ. I don't like it either. That's what annoys me that's what really annoys me with the second film the most, when they do that kind of thing all the time. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, so with the smart brick stuff, it does look like it's just going to be what we've seen plus 2 more sets, potentially for the rest of this year. That's what it's looking like to me at the moment. So maybe for you next year, it might spread out there next year, because it's the Yanks, Brits, the French, and 3 other guinea pigs that the smart brick's been tested on. So it's a bit different to the Bricklink Designer Program stuff, where it's all 35 of you that can't get it. It's literally the whole world, apart from six things that they can't do. And that's something they did keep really quiet at the massive premiere of the of these. And obviously we covered it well on the first day. Still really confused with the chips, because can you remember the ducks that were talking to each other and all the other noises that were being made? Like we all said, even though we didn't want the set, could you imagine a working roller coaster with the actual mechanical mechanism going up, and then the sounds of it going around with little screams and things, which they made it out that could be done. And instead we've got a cantina, and that's about it. So yeah, there you go. I know John's really excited about the smart brick. I think John's all in on the smart brick. So you'll have to ask John Roaming Bricks about the smart brick experience, because John's a massive fan of that. Where's that going to go? Under there somewhere, I think. Yeah. So DJR's got a idea for the tournament city display. First, there'll be a battle area, and have a mock capture the flag area, nice, and the houses they sleep in, and maybe why not? So I mean, you thinking of getting the big tournament set, the big one? Because that's a huge thing. That is huge thing. Tons of minifigures in that, a lot of value in that as well. Well, the reasoning is, for that reason, it's more than likely to keep the price down, isn't it? That's the thing, because you get the there is I was about to say a whale, but that's clearly a shark image. Jaws is on the way. Mr. J's Toy Collection UK has got and found a fantastic brand new in the box from Argus, 20% off restock at Argos. So I said at the start of the live stream, if you are from the UK, you can get huge savings on that. Huge. But yeah, so you got, with regards to the smart brick, you've got 3 sets that include everything, and then you basically got the add-on sets, don't they? So you've got the other smart brick elements to it. But yeah, we're very much being the guinea pigs of this sort of thing that they are doing. But I am thrilled to find out about that Pokemon news. That's cheered me right up. That has cheered me right up. So I know the croc sold out in about 5 seconds. No, what we're talking about, bricks together, Royal, sorry, is the smart brick is only available in 6 countries. And what I was panicking of, is that you got a brand new IP of Pokemon that is going to have these smart bricks in. And of course, Star Wars, they've just done a redo of all those sets, haven't they? They're already available. It doesn't make a difference if you get them or not. It's just something that people want. But if they're going to put the smart brick in all these Pokemon sets, it would have been a nightmare. But it's only going to be in 2. So yeah, there's only 6 places in the world for the smart brick. Us, you, French, and 3 others. But I have a very, very funny feeling now. Those Crocs, I don't even think probably made it to the UK Lego website, because somebody told me that they went on and all of them are sold out. So they must have sold out in minutes, those things. And I don't know if that's why the website was crashing for Bricklink, because they'd done it at the same time. But yeah, I just don't think, I don't know if people have actually seen how big the box is. I mean, the box comes up to my hip, so they're huge, these things. But the shoe collectors are a different breed of strange, I think. So if they're happy that they've got them and they've got them on the shelf in the box, neat and tidy and completely sealed, or they might like them to sniff. I don't know. I don't know if people like to sniff fresh plastic or what the fetish is on those, but they will be worth an absolute fortune, and there'll be people making a killing on those right now. So yeah. But no, I am happy with regards to the Pokemon news that I found out, because there's a list and rumors on Brick Fanatics now. Is it 2021 sets? I think I said earlier 2021 Pokemon sets, but only 2 are smart brick, which means you don't have to worry too much if you are wanting to get them over in India, because you're absolutely laughing. So if roaming bricks is all in for Pokemon, you can carry on roaming bricks depending on when they actually arrive, because I know you've got distribution problems over there. Yeah, people are weird and wonderful and crazy. People are weird, wonderful, and crazy. No, never to be unsealed, never to be worn, just never to be worn, just sniffed. That should be the logo, shouldn't it? I won't wear mine, I will just sniff mine. But I couldn't imagine actually storing the box. Well, yeah, that's it. But yeah, for the Crocs, absolutely. But for the smart brick, we're just the. It seems to be that some people do want accessible to the smart brick, but they can't get them. So it's a bit like the whole 35 country Bricklink debacle at the moment. People are wanting stuff that they can't get. So weird, isn't it? People actually want something because they might like it and they can't get it over there, and other people are just getting it to invest. It's like, I don't know if the smart bricks, well, it might be worth a fortune, because it might be the first 3. It might not be. I don't know. Well, it's only us. There's only 6 countries in the world that can do a brick together. So that's the other problem. That's probably what the problem is, because what they'll do is they'll buy the sets, put it on their Bricklink store, and then sell them to the rest of the world, because the rest of the world can't get hold of them. So there's only 6 countries in the world that has access to the smart brick at the moment, which is what Lego kept very, very. They didn't say that. Lego Group did not say that in their press, in the big live stream that they did in front of the world for the technology. It wasn't made aware until a few hours later, and it's that Tiago again, John, that I say to you that you got to watch. He was fuming because it was the land's responsibility, the Ambassador Network's responsibility, to make everybody in the world aware that there's only 6 countries it's going to start with. So that is a triple problem, because people will sit on one, they'll sell one to somebody else in the world, and then it'll go from there. So it's nuts. So it'll be Bricklink that people will be selling them on. They'll be making a killing on it. They'll be selling them for more money. And yeah, it is what it is. Well, what I've read is that there's only 2 smart brick, going by Brick Fanatics as of today, because if there's 10 sets, then that's going to then change my mood completely, Joe. So I've gone from being all chirpy for the last 2 hours after reading that to now going, if they're going to do what I think they're going to do, that means now everybody apart from these 6 countries can't get those Pokemon sets. I can't see them doing it because it's such a new thing. I can see them doing it in 2 or 3, but you can't have 10 new Pokemon sets that only 6 countries in the world have access to. It just doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense for Star Wars because you don't have to get it. It makes no sodding difference to anybody. We've all got Cantina. We've all got the other little bits and pieces. We've all got that kind of stuff. Oh, Jade's got the list. Well, yeah, I had the list, and it was only saying 2, and that was going by Brick Fanatics. So I don't know. It must have, if it's changed again. I don't know when the Pokemon 20 Pokemon releases in 2026. So I was trying to do a little bit of research for that of what's to come, and I saw there was I thought there was 20 odd sets coming. Where are thou list? Here we go. Can I find that list? Because it was a sets coming in 2026 rumors list that they've done. Right, I've got 2 on here that just say smart play only. That's all I've got. Hang on. So what I've got is this only says smart play to be announced. There's only 2 of them. So that's the list that's on here, and this is a weird list as well. So if you're a Pokemon fan, then obviously this will be helpful for you, because if they're smart brick or not, this is what I was scratching my head with, because you've got a Squirtle thing coming, you've got a Charmander's Wild Encounter coming with Geodude, then you've got Pikachu's Training House, then you've got Cubone and Gengar Ghost Challenge, but then you've got a Charizard. So if they're going to do a Charizard in a different scale, you don't have to get the one on the base because you're doing that straight away. You've got Stadium Bus, which is interesting because there's another one on here that's an 18 plus set. And it just said 18. Yeah, so it just says to be announced, Smart Brick Pikachu, Smart Brick Pikachu's house. So, and there is supposed to be another 18. There's supposed to be another 18 plus set. I saw that as well. There's another 18 plus set with 2 or 3,000 pieces. So going by this list, I'm thrilled because it means that they're not going to have all of the bits and pieces that I don't want in there. If obviously I start to go all of this, but now I am scratching my head a little bit, thinking, well, what scale is that Charizard going to be? And obviously, Brick Fanatics is affiliated with the Lego Group. So, yeah, there is one more set. This is a slightly different list, but there is one more set. Yeah, so it depends on what scale these things are going to come out at. Because if it's Eevee, that is the only one that's in the same price as Mattel. Eevee and the Mattel Eevee is priced exactly the same. So if they're going to carry on with that scale, then it should be all right. But if they're going to be doing stupid things with Pikachu and the Pokeball, where you're losing, because I think it's 2,500 pieces are lost on the base, just on the Venusaur Charizard, and you lose tons and tons on the Pikachu base as well. But the Eevee is the only one that goes against Mega because it's exactly the same pricing. So, yeah, Bricks again is like, why would I buy the new Star Wars sets when they're overpriced? I'm excited for the Smart Brick sets, not the combat ones. So, yeah, that's it. So, is it some? I think I think certain sets, if you can't get in your country, people get a little bit more itchy for because it's something you can't actually have. Whereas the Pokemon stuff, now I'm intrigued because I want to know what scale are these going to be. because you've got the EV evolution, you've got a house, you've got Mewtwo Lab, you've got some other little bits and pieces where I'm assuming they might be smaller. It's very interesting reading up about the problems that you've got in Singapore, because obviously the Big Bad Toy Store has tons of Pokemon stuff on there from a different company completely. But I am hoping that they don't do more of the big bases, because you're not going to be able to display them. And as long as they don't put the smart brick in anything and it's just on those two, it means the rest of the world has access to it. Because if all of these were blue and they were all brand new sets, then yeah, it would suck a little bit, wouldn't it? So yeah, it's a funny one with those smart bricks at the moment, because I am still a little bit confused why. Well, they're not, because they're not out yet. They are out, aren't they? Yeah, are they out? Jesus Christ, I can't remember if they've come out or not. Are they still available for pre-order or not? So I'm getting mixed up with the Pokemon stuff. So no, they're still on pre-order. So I wonder if the smart brick will go to the pick-a-brick wall on the Lego website. Because if you can just buy the smart brick individually, then it makes more sense. But they haven't said anything. They've just kept everything really hush-hush. And it's just bizarre. Because that way, if you can buy the smart brick separately, it makes sense them not putting the smart brick in the Falcon, because it'll keep the price right down. Otherwise, you would have to pay for tons of stuff, because you'd have to get the charger separately and you have to get the other bits and pieces separately. But they're not offering that yet. And you're like, well, they need to. Well, things are with the problem is like they made it out that the smart brick was, because they did all the duck noises, and they were using the little barcodes with Lego City sets. Reese, goodbye. Well, I'm glad you've sorted out your toilet trauma, Reese, or drama, shall I say? It'll be about 7:30, 8 o'clock kickoff for the Lego Ideas stuff. Yeah, it'll be about 7:30, 8 o'clock kickoff for that. So yeah, we'll be on for a little bit longer, just tidying this up, ready to rebuild the thing, and then I'll catch you up in a little bit. So yeah, it was their press release was very, very bizarre. Very, very, very bizarre. But the good thing is, it's only at Star Wars, so it doesn't matter. And of course, all the sets that they've done it on, if you've got them, it doesn't make a difference, does it? So it doesn't matter, because the Cantina they've done in a Master Builder series already. They've got another Cantina, I think, coming out this year, which is a non-smart brick. They've got all of the other bigger Star Wars stuff. So it shouldn't be too much of a drama with that. But again, with regards to it, because you can only get access in 6 countries, it's still a little bit of a weird one, because why show off them programming this? Why do it? Why? Because they made it out, because I read it word for word. They made it out that the countdown was coming, and you're going to have access to, like, we're going to get all these different tiles and stuff that you can do with the smart brick. And it's just been put in some Star Wars sets that nobody cares about. Nobody cares about them. Yeah, it's just bizarre. I just find it a very, very bizarre sort of business model, and all sorts of model and everything. But because they're not going to put the smart brick in everything, because it would then be far too expensive. That's the other downfall to it, isn't it? Because the Falcon is expensive as it is, but because the Falcon's expensive because they've added in the smart minifigures and all of those. So to add in the smart brick and the charger and all that kind of stuff, they'll probably add on another 30, 40 quid, and then nobody would buy it because it's just too expensive. So they're walking a tightrope, aren't they? Well, that's that. Then that means I'm out. So yeah. So I know, because this is the problem that we've got when we're talking about this, because obviously for like certain people will want them, And it just seems to be it's other countries that want these things that they can't get. It's like DJI, because there's only six. There's only six countries that have got. Well, no, yeah, the big one to think of though, bricks together. Forget about the smart brick side of stuff, because those smart bricks are different. So people want to collect them because they're a different thing. But they're doing it in the 4+ sets. So they're making, you're looking at them going, oh, I want that minifigure, but I've got no reason for that set. But they put a new minifigure in the 4+. That's the cheeky thing. That was above quote word, not my word. Well, yeah. So basically, the simple fact is, and I made this very, very clear, is I will not buy those Pokemon stuff if they are smart compatible, because I do not want to pay the extra money for those things. And at the same time, we've got 3 or 4 people in the chat now that will not physically be able to buy them. So how does it make? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, them doing that on a large scale straight away. If they did it next year and they released similar sets with the smart brick, fine. But why not give everybody an opportunity of a brand new IP around the world to be able to buy those sets? Unless they are going to sell them around the world and it's just the actual smart brick technology that they're not doing, but they will have access with the compatibility, which then still doesn't make any sense. So they're making this much more complicated than what they need to be. It's a brand new IP. It's the biggest IP potentially one of the biggest IPs globally in the world. If you like Pokemon or not, why is it that they're only going to have access to 6 countries in the world? I don't get it. I do not understand. But because they're so hush hush about it, and we only find this information out through the Ambassadors Network, and nobody seems to say anything. It's like, I would like to know. I would like to know, like, because the reason why I'm saying this, I said to Joe, I said, I will just get the mega sets. I will just backtrack all the mega sets, which are perfect scale, they're minifigure scale, which would be great, and I would just have those instead. I'm not paying Star Wars prices for something that I don't want. Just have it as a separate line. That's all we want. We want a separate smart brick line, which we can all enjoy if we want it, and then we don't have to have it if we don't want it. Whereas what they're doing at the moment, silly. Good afternoon again, Lego King. How are we? Not too much. Just messing around putting this back, and we're trying to put the world wrongs to right. So yeah. So that might have thrown my whole display idea off, which is a bit of a shame. But I'm assuming though, if they are smart brick compatible, it means you're going to get your minifigures. But are they going to do all Pokemon as smart brick characters? So that'd be if that's the only opportunity that you can get from them, then that would be even worse than Star Wars if they did that. Because I don't care what they've done with the Star Wars stuff, because you can if you wanted those sets, like you've got other playset Falcons you can get, that is easily available for all that kind of stuff. But if they're only gonna do it in smart play, that would be horrible. Yeah, but this is a bit odd though, isn't it? Because it's a thing that they're guinea pigging, and I understand that they're having to guinea pig it with 6 countries, but why are they doing it on a full-blown IP that would sell out? Surely they should just do a handful, 2 or 3 sets, because people are gonna want them, and all this is going to do is just gonna drive the prices up of everything, because then the Lego group are going to see what people are willing to pay for the sets, so they're going to put the price up more. And that's the worry with Bricklink as well. That's the other thing with the 35 countries now not being able to buy it, with how successful it still was, because they know full well that what people are going to do is they're going to buy 2 of everything on Bricklink, and then they're going to set up a Brick Owl store, sell the stuff on Brick Owl for those 35 countries that then can't buy them, which means next series, like series 11, will be another £50 more because they know that's what's going to happen. They know it, and you just think, oh, for God's sake, it's such a bad decision to do. Such a bad, yeah. But the thing is, with like the 6-inch game, that's like just the Lego Group have a global distribution system already set up. This isn't like this isn't a new thing. This is just a stupid decision that they've decided to do for no reason whatsoever. It's like, if it was like Mattel and they don't have a warehouse, it's like the problems that we've got getting the American sets, like the American sets that Bricks Together and John talk about and all those kind of stuff. I've done it. I've gone onto the website, won't ship to the UK, won't ship to the UK. All right, I have to pay more through a third-party seller if I wanted them. That's not what the Lego Group has spent billions and billions setting up warehouses worldwide with a network worldwide to then turn around and go, you know what? We're not going to give the rest of the world these Pokemon sets. I can't see them doing it. I can't see them doing it. Jay takes everything. I'm sure Jay will think about it. You might know somebody that will want them. Jay's got a very big network of stuff with that. Right, I might actually be able to start putting some of these pieces on soon, which would be exciting. Well, there's another look. There's another look at the inside of this at the moment. There it is. So the first thing I've got to do is put this bit back on, which goes over in there somewhere. So this piece alone will fit the Dynacar on, which just shows you again just how big it is. It's got room to drive around as well. So we can place this. Right, so what's this going on? Which way do you go? Can't remember. Got ya. There we go. Magic. So that's the first bit in. There it is. There it is. Well, for the last however many years, because it's a normal thing in the 6-inch game. Fair enough. But it's not in the Lego. It's never happened. Ever up until a stupid decision a couple of weeks ago. So do the smart brick in 6 countries. Yes, fine. I couldn't care less. But do it how you've just done it with Star Wars. Do it on sets that are already available. Do it on Ninjago. Do it on that, because they can just re-release those Ninjago sets with a smart brick and they can run the lines parallel to each other. Ultra Bricks, hello to you, good sir. But don't come out with a brand new IP and then expect people to pay all that extra money only in 6 countries. And then it's just going to cause a massive problem, because you've got to think of what they've just done. 35 countries now can't buy stuff around. And now they're going to do these sets exclusively with all this. It just doesn't sit well. It does not sit well. Jay's going to be spending more money in less than 5 minutes as well. How are we, Ultra Bricks? Have you had a very successful, Jay? I was having a lovely time up until Jay turned up and let me know. Well, we're still conflict on that. We're not 100% sure if it is going to be compatible or not. So mine just says it's 2. So hopefully it is just the 2. Hopefully it's just the 2 and it's fine. It's then laughable. How big's the bill going to be, Jay? Do you not know for the Mondo? So remember, Jay collects absolutely everything. They've been mixed, still not completely done. I know how that feels. You've missed me literally clean this and pick out all the broken pieces on this, while we're all trying to put the world's right to wrong, or wrong to right, or whatever it might be. Not being very successful, to be honest. Well, we know that they've got distribution issues in Singapore, so they physically can't sell Pokemon in Singapore. But I just don't understand how they're going to do all these new play sets and not do it with them. They should have just stuck with Ninjago and Star Wars. But at the same time, I'm kind of thinking they can't do too much smart brick for Pokemon because they've only recently acquired the IP, and that smart brick technology has been floating around not too long either. So they will sell them eventually, but I just think it's a silly decision to put this technology in a new line, especially when it would have brought the price down. So you then had the high end stuff for Pokemon if you wanted it. EV is the only thing we compare at the moment to Mega. That's it. So if they carry on the EV stuff, then fine. You know it's going to be the same price point as what Mega used to be. And then they could have, without the smart brick, gone down the route of what Mega done as well, and you could create the old Game Boy displays and all that kind of stuff. Well, exactly. I know, Roman Bricks. That's my point. That's it. I know that you can't get the Britlink stuff either, and because we had somebody from Hong Kong before, Roman Bricks. So with regards for you can't order the 5 sets period either, but have they shut down all the Bricklink accounts in India, so you can't actually buy or sell parts or minifigures either? Because obviously Brick Owl is exactly the same thing, so I'm assuming that's why everybody's moving over to Brick Owl. And again, I like to make it clear, the reason why I was in such a bad mood yesterday was because it was Roaming Bricks' live stream that he was live on, and I asked the stupid question of, oh, so are you excited about the 5 sets that are coming out? To then be told, I can't buy them there. And the disappointment in that person's voice really cheesed me off, because I again just didn't realize. So I've seen people on Bricklink from Hong Kong. Yeah, see, this is the thing. So I've seen the Hong Kong flag. So are you doing Brick Owl as well? Well, so I've seen the Hong Kong flag on there, but I know India has been kicked off. The Philippines can't get anything shipped in, but this is a different conversation for this one. So I'm talking about the pieces, not the actual Bricklink sets. I'm just talking about the actual like the stores that have been closed down. I'm assuming all of India got shut because they're saying for the infrastructure. But the conversation that we're having a little while back, I'm just trying to shoot all the way back up. Because it was HK is who was talking to us, and I've only put two and two together. Why it's HK in the name, obviously Hong Kong. But we're saying that they couldn't have access to the 5 sets, but could still buy the pieces. Yeah, so yeah, HK. So that's it. So yeah, it was HK let everybody know about the Singapore license. So if you have got access to Big Bag Toy Store, you could go all in on the Pokemon and Big Bag Toy Store. What a amount of stuff that they've got on there at the moment. It's gorgeous. They've got some interesting bits and pieces. I say, yeah, if it's your cup of tea, but they've got a lot of selection on there. But yeah, for the rest of the world, we'll have to wait and see. $320 it is going on there. So Was it easy for you to set up a Brick Owl account, Roaming Bricks? Because we got obviously Brick Owl is a worldwide network now outside the Lego group, so I can see Brick Owl being the next big, the sort of big thing, because obviously that's what Bricklink was, and now it's not. So I can see a lot of people doing instructions, a lot more business on Brick Owl now. Right, we are at, where's the Colosseum? It is 10276. 10276 for the instructions. Right, where are we at the moment? Let's have a look, see. This is going to be difficult, I think. What do we have underneath you? One of those. One of them. I've done a thing, I think. I think that's on. Hey! What did you get on Whatnot then, Roman Bricks? What did you get? It's always nice to have something happen in your favour, which is good. Don't leave us in suspense, Roman Bricks. What was it? What happened? Tell us all. I want the details. I want the details. Incredible scenes, right? I am lost. Not new. What did you get yourself, Roman Bricks? What did you get? 7 sets in total. Sealed sets included the big size Simba, Stitch, the DeLorean, Baby Dinosaur, and much more. Happy days. So how long will that take to arrive then? How long will that take for it to pop up and appear? Where am I starting? I'm just going to have to start underneath there is where I'm going to go. We're going to go underneath here. Yeah, that is right. Oh no, it's mine. I got it from you, HK. I got it from you. So I've had this years. It's just been in storage. So 7 days. Oh, you are laughing with that, Roman. Absolutely laughing. No, this. I've just got it out of store. I had it in a shed basically, and like anything I do in my life, it always seems to go wrong. And I thought, well, basically, what's going to happen is I've wanted the Eiffel Tower for quite a long time, and I know that the second I start messing around with this, I want the Eiffel Tower. So I've already measured it up and whatever else. But this is going to go in our theme park display underneath. But this will go in first, and then basically we'll know what space we've got left for the other little bits and pieces. But it's just really big, but it's on the big. It's a real big ball clip, and it's just trying to drag all of the stuff back round in the correct position again, and make sure that it all goes back together like what I'm doing now, and just clip it and seal it, because it was fine, he says, up until whenever it wasn't. I don't know when it went wrong, to be fair, but should have all the pieces up here, and if they're not up here because it was fully complete, it will just be, I know where they are, so I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking too much, but yeah, it's a big thing. No, I've missed out on the Lion Knights Castle Ultra Bricks. It's sold. Lion Knights Castle's gone. Yeah. So when we're saying about me making like, oh yeah, we'll get it and everything else, before I even had chance to send the email, I got an email through my end going sold. It's like, oh, never mind. So but we've got, with the display that we've got, with that story being told now and that up on there, it is what it is, isn't it? So but yeah, it's I've wanted the Eiffel Tower for a while. It might not happen. I have got space for it. Just there's three places it can go. Basically, there's three places for the Eiffel Tower it can go. But yeah, this thing's just a monster, and there's loads of detailing on it. So it does look. I think it looks quite nice. So I know it's not everybody's sort of into this kind of stuff with the sets, but no, I like them. So yeah, we've got all the different trees and the cars and all the different bits and pieces sort of dotted about. So yeah, it works. But no, I've just got to. The thing is, the crazy thing is don't forget, everything's the same color, so nothing actually jumps out and stands out. And then also certain things are built completely differently to give you that bit. So there's only one bit. So it's literally try and error. I pick up like 6 bits, and I know that doesn't fit that doesn't fit that, or that bit goes on that bit, and so on and so forth. But no, at the moment we are just on a full-blown repair. So this needs to be repaired. The 8080 needs to be fixed. We've got the haunted house that needs to be fixed, and the history museum needs to be finished. So that's 3 or 4 sets that need to be done. So there's no actual set. The only thing that I'm 100% sure on is the Winter Village. That is the only thing I am 100% sure on. It is the Winter Village set in December. I won't get that until December with the giveaway. So having to reverse back, honestly, I don't know. We were talking about Arkham before on massive back order, so it's not the mean or end all. I pick it up or don't pick it up, but pick up 100 pieces of minifigure protectors, 3D prints, and only oh nice. Hey, you can't go wrong with their own bricks. I see, when you can find these kind of things, it's ideal, isn't it? When you can find them and do them. But yeah, because obviously I'm limiting myself of getting stuff because of what we're doing as a theme park. So it makes my choices just that little bit easier. Like, oh, I like the set, but it won't work. Like the set, it won't work, and yada 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 yada. But yeah, I had a big plan for this Pokemon land, creating it like a Game Boy with all the paths like zigzagging through to it. And I was going to get some of the Mattel sets. Looking forward to these Lego sets that are going to be coming out. If it's smart, Brett, not touching it. It's simple. So I'm not. I won't touch it at all, which is such a shame. But it is what it is. What it is. So maybe come up with a different display up top. We'll wait and see what happens, though. We'll wait and see what happens. But there's no castle stuff on the horizon now. Yeah, because the Lionites castle from 321 was sold, which I'm glad it was, because it basically sold for more money than what I was going to pay for it, and I'm glad that was the case, because it should. That's how it should be. But yeah, as of there we go. Can you see that how it splits open? So you've got to be real careful with all of these sorts of bits up here, because that's all attached. So it all attaches to the back. You kind of add it all on, and there's like the big ball bit that's in there. It looks very good. So that needs to step up on. Thank you. There we go. But also, the Eiffel Tower will be the worst the worst set to build in the history of humankind, I think. Yeah. No, dust mark, keep gone. I've got no interest in it at the moment. No interest. So, I mean, I could change my mind in a couple of days, but I'm in no rush for them, because Shibo was asking before. I was like, it's nice because I like them. I like the Smart Keep. I think it'd be great because I'd have that at the other end. Because obviously my original plan was Mountain Fortress, Dustmark Keep, the Lionites Castle in the middle, and that was the display. That was it. Nice and simple. Nice simple display. All the Disney stuff is going. That's all going to be binned off and sold on, which is good because that's just been a bane of my life for a long time. I've got some other Star Wars little smaller bits and pieces. I've got space to do all the bits and bobs, but yeah, just got no use for those kind of things. But no, with the Britlink stuff, I don't know. So I've got to work out the dates of everything as well, and also think of, is it worth picking something up and then not being able to get it in a year and a half's time for something that'll go with it? Same scenario as what we were talking about before. It's like, it'd be nice to start a new wave and line and other bits and pieces, but it's also at the time, like the billing date will also be at the time for where a lot of the sales will be on for the sets that are retiring. So it's also, that's the other thing to consider, because you don't get, as you know, you've just done it. So you won't be charged for 6 months. And in 6 months' time, a lot of the sets will be retired or retiring, won't they? Because it's July. So it'll be February, March, April, May, June, July. So all the sets that are retiring in July will be in a sale, and potentially still be in a sale before you get billed for the Britlink thing. So, but no, I'm not 100%. I don't know, basically. Yeah, that's the easy answer. I'm not too sure, Ultra Bricks. I would like the Dust Keep, and I would like the sushi restaurant, but I don't know. Well, exactly. That's it, Roman Bricks. You can't get hold of them, can you? So that's it. You can't get hold of them. So it is what it is. But of course, as we said earlier on, happy Pancake Day to everybody, by the way. So yeah, because Roman Bricks is one of the people that can't get the sets, which is really weird, isn't it? Because we did the live stream last night and everybody was really happy, and then there's other people like, I can't get them. Can't get them. But Sets that like a short list of sets. The one that I will have, like, I will get, like 100% get, is of course the Winter Village set. The stuff that will then add to the display, so you look at it from that perspective, you've got opportunity of going down the Bricklink route and adding some more nice sets that way. You've got a potential Pokemon way where you can have all the different scale Pokemon, because I could copy literally I could copy the new Pokemon land that's just opened up in Japan, which would be a nice project. Arkham could be on the list for different bits and bobs. But yeah, because I was favouring just getting bigger sets this year. And if you've noticed, that's what I've been doing. Like, I got the Death Star when it came out, didn't get anything else apart, and then I got the train as like a last thing to add to the display before it retired, and that was a get it now or not get it at all type thing. So I don't know whether to look at just getting one big set every few months rather than getting lots of smaller stuff. So I much prefer building the bigger bits and all those other little bits and pieces as well. But I don't know. The minute until I actually see the proper images of the Lord of the Rings one, and again, it depends on the price of it as well, because I've got no hesitation of selling the Shire and selling Rivendell. I could sell that tomorrow. I would want to keep on to the Eyeball because I think the Eyeball's nice, but the Shire looks lovely, and the Rivendell looks lovely, and it works as a display down there. But if I could swap the Shire over for a Lion Knight's Castle, bin Rivendell off and get the Dustkeep, I would, and then I'd make a medieval display rather than that. So there's stuff that can be chopped and changed, but it's just what area to focus on, thinking about the stuff that's also retiring. Because what I don't want to do is come up with a land that we're going to do and never be able to complete it. Well, the big skeleton dinosaur that I do believe everybody's talking about, it's a Lego Ideas set. There's nothing, because I've had a look at the sets and rumors that are supposed to be coming out this year, and at the moment, the only skeleton dinosaur is the big one from the Lego Ideas that's just hit 10,000, or it's on the way to hit 10,000. So I don't actually know if we are getting a big dinosaur, because I was looking at it before. I was like, no, that's an idea, because what the name of the dinosaur that what people were talking about, it's under the Ideas banner. I was like, oh, so if that does happen, that won't happen till next year, because the Ideas stuff's for 27. Yeah, the T-Rex is a massive thing. Yeah, the T-Rex is huge. So yeah, that's a big old set over there, Roman. Yeah, big. You can see the tail goes all the way behind the Statue of Liberty. So yeah, that's a big thing. Amazing build. That amazing build. But yeah, I was like, oh, well, maybe it won't. Maybe there's not going to be one. So like I said, I really don't know. People were saying about the Titanic. The Titanic could be an opportunity for a display that we're doing now with this sort of history thing. But then if I did the Titanic, then the Dustkeep would be off completely. So yeah, there's only a certain amount because he said, I mean, you can see just how big this thing actually is. If this was so, if I put this on the table properly and made a path around it, this would take up a whole meter table. Just for you couldn't put anything close to it because it's just too big. So you would, I mean, the width of this is 0.6 of a meter as it is, and it's sort of half a meter by just over half a meter as a thing, and that's with the next set touching it. So this is huge. So I don't actually know if the Titanic will fit. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. We can work it all out, and we can see with regards to what we can actually do. So yeah, we just have to sort of keep plodding along and just see what what we can actually do with everything, because there's a lot of stuff that can be done, but it's just doing it in the right way. What I don't want to do, like I did with the Disney stuff, is get the wrong stuff and just get stuck with it, because we can't do the displays now because we haven't got the space. And hello. It just doesn't work, because that's the thing. So I physically don't have any space to store anything on a Billy bookcase, or because I haven't got the ceiling height. If I had the ceiling height, I could store stuff behind the tables, and I would have the bigger sets basically wrapped all the way around the room, but I can't. So it's just very, very awkward. Roman Bricks is wishing for a Godzilla. Oh, well, there is something. There's something, isn't there, coming for the Lego Ideas thing, I think. Is it King Kong that's coming? There is something coming, but I can't remember what it is. Right, that isn't that bit. Nope. Because is it? Hang on. I think there is a Godzilla, isn't there? There's a big Lego Idea. There is a big Lego Ideas set coming. You got my brain's ticking over now. What is it? Lego Ideas. Lego Ideas. God. Oh, it's on top of the list. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Did they get given the green light or not? Lego Godzilla set officially announced for 2026. Did this make it through or not? Oh, it's been approved. Yes, you have got one coming. I thought you had Roaming Bricks. So there is a Godzilla coming to the Lego Ideas banner. I think it comes this year. So this is it. So that's your Godzilla coming potentially this year. So it hit the 10K support, and then it got approved. So it's got through. So that was on the. It got added. The amazing thing is, look, it got added to the website, I think, on the 26th of December 23. So it could take a full 3 years until this set actually sees the light of day. Just scary thought. So yeah, there you go. So if that's what you wanted, that's what you've got. So I mean, that'd be a nice addition to people's collections. It's not something that I would need necessarily, but I can see everybody that's actually got a city having that torpedoing through. Yeah, I've built a couple of alternative sets before. I've done the He-Man castle from Mattel, and then I've done the G.I. Joe from Creo. So yeah, I've done one or two of them. So yeah, there's a lot of sets that are out there, and it is always nice to see what other brands are doing of stuff. But is that? No, I know I'm turning my head like a nodding dog. I'm trying to work out, because they're all tan bits. I'm trying to work out exactly what that bit is. Exciting. Where is there? It is. I've got you. So is that? one's that one. That one's that one. That is down here. Tell you what, the height perspective of this is unbelievably big. So that is going all the way up there. On top of, was it on top of there? Yeah, it does. So that goes there. So what is the... Ooh, I've got a whole wall that I need to find for that one. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, I think that's super cool. I think it does look good, Roman. So there you go. So, but yeah, make the most of your emojis, Roman, because they were obviously that channel membership was gifted to you. So make the most of it. Absolutely. So what's on your list then, Ultra Bricks? I know you all not building the bigger sets, but what is actually on the list for you? Because obviously you've just got the stuff that you ordered yesterday. But is there any big sets that you want to try and pick up before it retires, or are you sort of all right for this year? And you're just going to stick to the Bricklink program? Because are you in for the Dust Keep? Because you're umming and ahhing about the Western, aren't you? But what have you done for the medieval? Have you got anything for the medieval, or are you sort of just umming and ahhing about everything? That's where it finishes. That's the curve. Right. Think, is that the right bit? I think that is. Oh yes, that is. I think the correct piece. What is? Oh, maybe not. Close to that though. Ooh. I thought I was onto something then. So Ultra Bricks is Lord of the Rings. So probably Rivendell, Barrandor. They retire next year. But that'd be a big hit in the year. Yeah, the girth, depending on the giveaway. Otherwise, play it by ear. Some stuff might be. Yeah, exactly that. So because we know that set's a real thing, and if also the Superstar Destroyer is going to be a real thing as well, both of those sets are stupidly expensive. So you might just have to play the game and just literally wait and see what happens with some of them, because whereas before you could have just gone in sort of be like, yeah, I can get this, and not really thought about it too much because of not knowing what was coming. But it seems to be this year we kind of know what's coming a little bit more than normal, which is quite obviously unusual. Too much of a gap there for me. Right, that'll be why then. That'll be why. Ow. Oh, that's the first bit of dropped. I've got it. We're all right. We're all right. Oh, interesting card. Oh, there we go. So we got for medieval, you've got the medieval, got the Lion Knights, nice, and the Forest Strongholds. We're pretty happy. Plus a D&D set. We'll see how the year plays out. Yeah, true. But you obviously are you going to get the pub later on in the year as well? Are you thinking of something? Are you thinking of something along those lines, or will you sort of leave that? Will you just leave that be and see what occurs from it? As Brick says, I'm lucky that I have vouchers and points stashed, but those aren't limitless. Yeah, very true. So I don't want to waste them and then save them to take. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's how you want to do it. You want to literally. I think a lot of people now. I think what a lot of people are going to do is just save their points up for potentially the Lord of the Rings set, or for the cheese, the Star Wars cheese. So yeah, I mean, they're going to be big. Well, it's this year, but you won't get billed till next year. But it's a pre-order for this year. It's Series 9, so it's October this year. That one. Let me just double check. Double check the Bricklink. Get you onto the Colosseum because that's what at the moment. So. Yeah, it's pre-order for end of 26. Series 9, isn't it? Yeah, 7th of October, that one, look. 2026 is the pub. 7th of October, 2026. So that's what you'll be in, but obviously you get billed for it, and then obviously you don't get charged for it for another 6 months. So you won't have it in the collection till next year. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. You won't have to worry about that. You just have to pay for it, get it back. And then pay for it, then you get it back. That will be, depending on the big UCS Star Wars set, that'll be at the same time as the Star Wars set as well, won't it? For the pre-order, that is obviously, and then you get it back. So. Drops lower than that one, but that is all of those covered. I am dribbling a little bit, but we'll get there. We will get there. So I've started to put all the bits and pieces back up top, so it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Because it's actually there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7, 8 levels deep. That one. So yeah, it's a tough. So it's been yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm the same. Trying to use points or do whatever can be done for that kind of thing, because it adds up. And that's the thing with the sets that are coming out, because there's going to be relentless this year. But yeah, I'm quite happy with my minimal purchases this year, because, like I said, Ninjago was at the start of the year, which was fine. The other Ninjago sets now they're too expensive. So for what they are, I don't need them. So I'll get them when they get into a sale, because they will, I'll get them much later on down the line, if I get them at all. If not, I'll just try and get the minifigures from them. So that's fine by me. So I just need the 2 minifigure stands. So if I can pick them up much cheaper than the sets, then I'll do that. So that those two are by the by now, because I don't want the car and I don't want the mech. I just wanted the buildings, but they've done an array of stuff, so that makes sense. I've got no interest in any Star Wars stuff until possibly October, if they do the big super cheese. But then again, if I haven't got the space for it, I can just leave that be. So that doesn't matter. So I can't. There's a small chance I'll get a Star Wars set this year. If not, absolutely nothing. I was going to go all in on Pokemon up until 20 minutes ago, where it's smart break, not touching with the barge pole. So that's absolutely fine. So that means there's nothing for February, nothing for March. We've already got bits and pieces coming out in April. I don't know what big official Marvel DC thing there is. I'm really struggling, really, because of how I do the stuff. There's loads of amazing stuff, and there'll be loads of stuff that I'd actually like to build. But to actually work in my display, it might be either backtracking or getting some just one or two things before they retire. So it wouldn't actually be new. It might not be many new releases this year. It might be maybe the Eiffel Tower, maybe not. Maybe, it's like the Titanic, if it will fit. It all depends on this. So once this is done, this will then let us know exactly what's going on with all of those bits and bobs, and then we'll just have to wait and see what happens with all of those things moving forward. So yeah, it's a fruity one. That's for sure. That is for sure. So I'll just try and spend another 10 minutes or so putting this together, maximum, I think, and then I'll grab some food, get the live stream set up for 8 o'clock. What are we now? We are getting on a bit, aren't we? Yeah. So another 5 minutes then, I think. Yeah, do another 5 minutes, and then we'll tuck into everything. So yeah, we'll go live again at 8 o'clock, looking at the Lego Ideas sets, because that's obviously handy to know what might be coming for future displays, because Lego have already seen what people are after and want and that kind of stuff. I'm very lucky that I have a lot of really big sets. I've got every single one on sale and use much point. Yeah, exactly that. Well, that's the way. Unless it now comes with like an exclusive giveaway, because we're spoilt within the UK, we can get these sets more easy. But yeah, for anything May the 4th related, there'll be nothing. The crazy thing is this happens every year. They do the May the 4th releases, and then literally 2 weeks later, everything's on double points. So if there's no giveaway, but you wanted something from May the 4th, you could then get it, because it happened. I remember that last year and the year before. It's like, oh, I didn't need to get that, because it's always on double points. Every UCS Star Wars set I've been shafted with, because I ordered this and then it went on double points, but mine didn't get delivered because it was on such a big back order. So I missed all. I was like, oh, great. Then I got that, and then it went on double points, and the giveaway was still available, and the giveaway has been available all of this year as well. So I could have just got that on double points. So the amount of money that I've lost on larger sets with double points is not been too fun, to be fair. But yeah, just going to be tactical. I think that's the key for a lot of people. Just be tactical. Right, guys and girls, I'll let you say goodbye to each other. I'm going to end the poll. I'm getting peckish now, so we will end the poll there. I'll get everything set up for 8 o'clock. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'll carry on with this on Thursday, and just I need to download all the instructions. It's all clean, which is good, and I think pretty much all the pieces are here as well, which is fantastic. So fingers crossed, it should be all right. So we'll end that, and I will catch up if anybody's about. I'll catch up with you all at 8 p.m. And we'll do between 7:30 and 8 o'clock kickoff, and we will do the Lego Ideas deep dive is what we're going to go for. So we'll do a deep dive into the sets that have been approved and hit the 10k mark. So we've got a load of turtles to look at, load of Scooby-Doo stuff to look at, all that kind of nonsense. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. So I'll catch you up soon. Take care, everybody. Bye, bye, bye.